Welcome back to the We Was Watching podcast. I'm your host, Brandon,
I'm your other host, Chanel.
and we are finally back to talk about the season finale of Industry a few days late.
We're here.
Chanel just got back from Epstein Island, and so we are here. What? What's the face?
Well, it's funny because usually I do come on here and I say, Brandon, stop joking. You play too much. People are going to take you seriously. But I was, in fact, not too far from Epstein Island during this vacation.
That's
So
what I said. I'm just telling the people
exactly.
the truth.
So I know I'm just making a face because I'm like, we're already here. Yeah. Yep.
I tell our
Yep.
fans the truth. So now,
I
whenever
was there
I
the
say
same
stuff,
way that.
whenever I say stuff like before,
No,
now
not
maybe you'll
whenever.
believe me.
Not whenever, this one time, because I told him explicitly that that's where I was. With that said, though, I was there the same way that Hillary was there, which is that I was not actually there. I was just in the vicinity.
hmm
So I did catch some of her testimony while I was on the island.
I feel like I've heard that excuse before.
No, she literally, they finally testified.
No. I feel like I heard your excuse before by many people. Many people. I
But
was just
wasn't
in the
actually there.
vicinity.
It wasn't me.
I was just
It
in
wasn't me.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I knew the guy, but so what? Everybody knows somebody. But if you listen to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, leave us a review. If it's 5 stars, we'll read it on the show. Oops, Chanel just lost connection. I'm not sure where she went. So we'll get to the 5-star review when she comes back. But I'll finish the intro. If you listen to us on Apple on YouTube or watching us on YouTube, you can find us at youtube.com/@WeWasWatching, or just search for the We Was Watching podcast. Like our videos, subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell so you can see us go live, which we are live right now, which is just me, but we'll be live right now. You can also email the show at wewaswatchingpodcast@gmail.com. Tell us any theories you have about the show, what you thought about Industry, what you're looking forward to in Paradise, and we will talk about those on the show as well. I don't know why this bar is so high. And then you can also follow us on all the different social medias at We Was Watching. But we did get a 5-star review.
Look at what we started talking about, and then look at what happened to the feed.
I mean, that kind of proves my point.
That ain't no coincidence.
You heard that bump like a motherfucker, man.
We got a 5-star review.
Okay.
This show.
I do want to say that.
What? This show has so much potential. No, I'm reading the 5-star review.
Oh, you're reading it?
Yeah, we read 5-star reviews.
I'm gonna read it, but I thought you were gonna give us a preamble about it.
Oh no! Oh, go ahead, read it.
Okay, I'm gonna read it, but I do need to say something. I was on the island. I was on the Rock City when by the way, I got confirmation that my accent is pretty spot on. My island accent is not racist, and I will be using it all episode. Thank you very much. So I was on the island.
Did your island friend tell you that?
No, I just heard it for myself, and I was like, "This checks out."
So your island friend said it was okay. You got island friends?
I do have island friends. I did try it there. I just did my own research. I did some ethnographic research, and I felt good about it.
So you looked up on YouTube, and you feel good?
No, I was there, and I was upon an island, and I heard how they talked to me, man, and I said, I said, my accent's pretty
That's
cool,
all it
man.
takes. All you gotta do is go to vacation on the island.
I just
listen to what they say, and you can do their accent. Everyone listening.
As long as you are a direct descendant of American slaves, as long as you're a direct descendant of American slaves, you can go anywhere in the world and hear the accent and shout it out.
Based on what? Why does the rest of the world give a fuck about that? They got their own problems.
I'm just saying because we have the least intention to do anything about it. We have prejudice, but we don't want to use it against anyone.
Okay. I mean, we already know.
I will say that the islands are
you did
strong
defend
people.
Harper Stern and Olivia Pope in the same episode, so we know you're an apologist. We know.
I just want to say this, which is that I will say shout out to the island. No, but really though, there's a difference between Caribbean culture and Black American culture, as anyone who knows anything would know. So shout out to them. Shout out to the multiple islands that fought for their own independence, have their own strong culture, have their own economies, have their own way of talking, their own dialect. Like, I never try to collate the two or overlayer them, because there really are, like, there are layers, but they all go back to like the roots of African Pan-Africanism layers more than anything else. So shout out to them. Shout out to diversity of the island that I was on. Shout out to my people I went on the trip with. Shout out to the dude who made the Caesar salad tableside at the restaurant. We had a great old time. Shout out to Stella getting her groove back. And I think that shout out to Chet Hanks, because while I was on the island, do you know where he was at?
Not on the island?
He's stuck in Colombia because he traveled with a Greek passport, but he can't get back to the U.S. without his U.S. passport. So he's just stuck on Colombia. And people have been wondering if people now are asking for a Castaway remake.
No one's asking.
Okay. Search Castaway Chet Hanks and tell me people aren't asking for a South American or Caribbean remake with Chet Hanks. Tell me that.
No.
Well, okay. So,
you're supposed to
5-star review.
Thank you.
Here's what happened. I was on the island, and Brandon sent me a serious text related to this review, and the text came out of nowhere. So I just immediately started thinking, okay, somebody sent a comment or something, because he's not sent up. They got the podcast, so like something just happened. So I go to check the reviews immediately, and I think I had probably been drinking already. I laughed for 5 minutes straight after reading this review, and I was trying to explain to my friend like how funny this review is to me, not because I don't take sis seriously, but because of the context that people would never know. So I'm gonna give you that context while I read this review. 5 stars from Lord Fly. This exhausting is a headline. This show has so much potential, but the antagonist angle that Brandon plays gets really old really fast. I'll break that down right there. Yes, it does. He acts like an old man. He's literally 37. I don't know why he does this, but I agree. He does get old real fast. He acts like I don't know anything. It's annoying. We all agree about it being annoying, but this is where we diverge. I think he's giving a Joe Budden type of vibe, but Joe is funny.
That's right.
When I tell you that, there's a debate right there to be had. As a reformed JVP fan, that there's a debate, because I say that, like, the allegations were renewed. I walked away. It is what it is.
He's the inspiration.
Okay. And but I think he's going for Joe Budden vibe, but Joe actually has better opinions than his co-host. Again, interesting take. That shows, it's like funny, because on one end I'm like, put the mics down. On another end I'm like, we need somebody else to think about besides Joe Budden when we talk about podcasting success. But I will give that to him, because I'm sure that if there's like small phrases I've stolen from them that have devolved to here. Okay. Also, it gets really cringe when his co-host says, we don't have to sorry, it's making me laugh again.
Why don't you just read the review? We don't.
It's because I'm having an experience
the
with it.
Rule is you read the review.
Brandon just comes off sounding ignorant. Also gets really cringe when his co-host says, we don't have to say the thing that's going to make me uncomfortable as your friend and a woman. And his response is no. Now I'm just going to say it aggressively.
That's right.
You do that though. That was funny because you do that. Okay, what people need to understand is that I want this podcast to be PC safe for work, because I care about this job I've been talking to you guys about for months, and that's the main number one thing. So I just prefer, if we go viral, I prefer for it to be rainbows and sunshine and not the funny thing, the things that Brandon thinks is funny. That's legitimately what it is, because I was thinking about we were having a debate on the island about celebrities, and I was realizing, like, okay, you know how celebrities, when they get their downfall, people go into an expose, and there's like almost always somebody who will say something about them. I was like, wow, I want to minimize, you know what I'm talking about. Yes, you're with me. Yeah. Oh, okay. He nods because this is not a podcast. He nods. So the reason why I bring that up is because what I want is, I want to minimize the number of people who will have something to say about me, but I know there are people who will say something about me. And I want to minimize the number of clips somebody can make where I'm saying something outrageous. And so that's why sometimes I tell Brandon, like, don't joke about that. That and like anything like incest. I'm not into that. Like, I don't think that's funny. So there's only a couple things where I genuinely be like, please don't talk about that. It's gonna make if I say my stomach's gonna hurt, I'm legitimately not liking it. If I just say let's not.
Your job is not going to get mad at you for talking about House of the Dragon. Okay? They're not. If you say Rhaenyra and Daemon fucked, they're not going to be like, oh my God. She's talking about incest. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. By the way, Chanel, look at this. Look at this comic book. It's called Roots. Cool. You ever seen the comic book? Look at that. I know you don't, I know you're not familiar with this, but like a lot of like black girls.
You're doing it. You're doing it.
They get their hair oiled, right? So this is like getting, this like, I used to get that done when I had braids, right? Isn't this a cool cover? And it's a cool cover. I just want to show
you. It is a cool cover.
I want to tell the listeners, go support Stephanie Williams and get this book because we got to support black artists. I had to do that before we got into the podcast episode. Because that's the type of person I am. That being said,
once upon a time in the projects, yo.
Janelle, did you enjoy the finale of Industry and Both? That's the name of the episode. And Both.
Yes.
That's it? No commentary?
Why do you always do this? I'm not about to give you a lot. We're going to get into it as we go. I enjoyed it. I mean, I thought it was a fantastic end to the season. I thought it was a twist and a turn. I had to watch it late because where was I?
It was at Epstein Island.
No, say it like I want you to say it.
You was at Epstein Island.
I was upon the island. And because I was there, I couldn't watch in a timely manner. So when I did watch, I did have a few thoughts, and then I saw that Brandon found out how threads work, so he's now been threading from our account, which is great. He live threaded the reunion, the finale, and I mean, obviously they're just taking the show in a whole different direction. And I always say this, like when I make people watch the pilot, because I'm still big on evangelizing this show, it's still not big enough. When I'm doing that, I'm trying to tell people like, okay, so I was watching part of the finale in the back of a Toyota Yaris driving around the island, which was, let me just tell you something. That was the little engine that could, because it's a very hilly island I was on, and it was in full car. So I'm in the back showing my friend, and my friend had never watched Industry, and I said, okay, listen. Oh, this is also the first friend I asked us to do Heated Rivalry. So I show her, I say, okay, I'm gonna hype you into the middle of this episode. Tell me what you think this show is about. So I started her on Harper at dinner, sitting next to the Germans, and she's like, "What the hell?" And then I got her into Harper and Yasmin having the conversation, and then Yasmin said the word Eric, and I stopped her. I said, "Whoa, never mind. We're about to get like I was just trying to look for spoilers." But my point is that so this friend now has seen a clip of season 4, a clip of the season 4 finale. There's no conceivable way she's gonna know how we get from peer point, orientation, Harper and Yasmin being little babies to where we are now. And that's why this show is so amazing.
See, you did have something to say. And thank you, Shantae. It's both and. That is it. Both and, not and both.
Oh, let me get the chat popping. What's up, y'all? I'm back. Sorry that I made y'all late. We normally do this on Mondays. Glad to see you on a Wednesday.
Do you see how posh I am today, Chanel? I'm posh.
You have a collar on. What, you have a job interview?
No, I'm embodying my boy, Henry Muck.
Oh, I thought you interviewed to be Epstein's replacement. Hell.
No, Henry Muck. I'm embodying him today. I'm embodying my boy.
You do look like somebody who used to be in the island that Joe Rogan is about to interview and ask no questions about the island.
Yeah, exactly. Except
that's what you look like to me today.
I mean, you would know. You just got back from there. So we start with the politics hour.
About this show, by the way, Autumn Lux said, can't wait. There's so much to unpack. And Human Help said, thanks for keeping us in the loop. Please, she says, post a blue sky to let them know we're live. So that's what I'm about to do right now while Brandon gets into the recap.
We get a politics hour, crossfire type show. And it's a bunch of different, because, over there on the UK, they don't got a two-party system. They got a parliamentary system. So they got representatives from bunch of different parties up there, basically talking about the fallout from Tinder. And my boy Sebastian Stefanowicz is up there lighting Jennifer's ass on fire. And so Jennifer gets up there and starts giving this speech, basically explaining the values of the Labor Party and how she compromised her values, not on purpose, but she should have known better. And the whole time while she's giving this speech, they're doing like a supercut of all of our people. So you see Harper typing while she's smoking a cigarette. And she's not just smoking a cigarette. She's smoking a cigarette like, for those of you who remember, there was a skit on the Chappelle Show where they did trading spouses, and they had the black guy go with the white family and the white guy go with the black family, and he always held the cigarette like this, and he's talking like this. This is how Harper, for those of you watching, was smoking her cigarette. For those of you listening, you know the skit, so you know how she was holding her cigarette. So she was holding her cigarette like that, and then we got Whitney putting on a fucking disguise, by the way. So, like, he had the most ridiculous disguise you've ever seen. Hair, beard, the entire thing. The whole freaking shebang, gluing it on and everything, ready to get the fuck up out of there. Ferdinand is watching the feds come in and take all their shit out of Tinder's headquarters. And Tony Day got arrested in Ghana. So we got caught up just like that on everything that happened since the last episode. Then we get Yasmin and Henry. And Henry gets home and tells Yas Whitney's gone. And this is such a tense moment. Wasn't it tense enough? Wasn't it so tense? Weren't you on the edge of your seat wanting to know what was about to happen? No?
I'm back.
I know, you've been back. So I'm talking to you.
I heard. Okay. Well, I assume I just got back. And yes, I want to know what's happening. Tell me, catch me up.
We're talking about Yasmin and Henry.
Oh, yeah. So he comes in and this was very interesting because I really would have expected, they had their scene, they had their moment, but I really would have expected more explosiveness from him. But not that he wasn't explosive, but I will say something when we get to a later scene that I just think is so interesting. But okay, so put a pin in that. Yeah, I want to know what's going to happen.
He wants to know why nobody told him about the red top piece. And Yasmin brings him over, kisses his forehead, brings him into her bosom, hugs her, and says, just want to tell you, Henry, I'm out, dog. I'm out. Can't do this no more. I'm up out of here. Peace. Love y'all. But I got to get up out of here. I don't love you no more, dog.
She literally says, yep, correct. Yep.
And Henry says, did you ever love me? She was like, yes. Yes, I loved you. But
I mean, but damn it, it went by kind of quick, ain't it? Is that how quickly people fall in love when they're married? Fall out of love?
For Yasmin, yeah.
Right. For those kind of marriages, yeah.
She says, I want a divorce. And Henry says, you're not using your common sense. Use your common sense. You don't know where that's from. The listeners know where that's from.
No, I don't. Yeah, tell me what it is.
Oh, you know, that's
what is it?
That's from an R. Kelly interview.
It's not the Gayle King one.
When they was questioning him on all the shit.
The Gayle King one?
Yeah, the one when he was crying and everything.
Oh, that's not the one. All I know from that is I don't know how to hog tie people. That's my quote I take away from that one. Okay. Yeah, I think he says you can't leave me in my darkest moments. She says, yeah, I can. That's literally what she says. She's like, yes, the fuck I can. Bye. Dips. And you would think after a conversation like this, Yasmin is like, all right, I got my stuff packed, I'm leaving. But she goes and takes a nap. Like they're just in the house chilling post divorce discussion. This is some old English mixed with new Middle Eastern money stuff I just cannot compute.
Why?
because I know after somebody told me to divorce, they better go take a lap.
It's separated people all over this country living together.
Yeah, you better go get a coffee or something. You better go, because I'm getting on the phone. I'm talking about you. So it's gonna start another fight, because you're gonna hear me talking to my friend. You're gonna start arguing with me. You might as well just go ahead and clear up out of here for a second.
I mean, I guess you do have a point there. I guess you have a point.
Thank you.
But no, I mean, this was cold-blooded. Not cold. It was kind of cold-blooded because she did it so matter of fact. Because he goes, "We're Catholic." And she looked at him like,
hilarious.
What does that mean?
She's basically like, nigga, you're Catholic. I don't believe in anything. I believe in a dollar.
I don't even know if she's Catholic. That's a great point.
I don't think she's Catholic at all. She's not Catholic at all. Can we get a drop of Rick James saying cold-blooded? That's what I need. We needed that for her.
Oh, I mean, singing the song. I do have this.
Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
That's right. That's what he said. That's stupid.
That should not be funny. That should
Why?
not
That's
be
fucking
funny.
funny.
Ooh, because laughing at R. Kelly is so messed up.
You can laugh at bad people. People laugh at Hitler all the time. He's the worst.
They don't laugh at Hitler. They don't
People laugh at
Hitler
Hitler.
as much as,
if Hitler existed today, like actual Hitler existed today, all the sketch shows would be making fun of that little short motherfucker. All of them.
Okay, sorry. So go ahead one more time. Let me hear it.
Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
See? It's a great drop. You know it's great.
Oh, okay. I'll give it to you.
It's an all-time great one. So then Henry's like, we had a future. What about the kids? And Yas said, fuck them kids. Who said anything about kids? I'm a Michael Jordan fan. Fuck them kids. And so what?
The way that she would know Michael Jordan's net worth and wouldn't even know what she would think he was a baseball player. That's who she's turning into. She would know Michael Jordan for his earring fashion statement, and that's about it.
Chauncey Out Loud said Henry was going to lose access to the life she believes she deserves. All love was lost. That's right.
That's so freaking real.
But not actually, because at the end of the episode, we see Henry go right back to being privileged.
I'm so sorry, but that's almost the funniest part. That is almost the funniest part of this whole episode, is the ending with Henry. But I'm gonna. That's like, that made me laugh.
So back at Stern Industries, is what I'm gonna call them now, since Tao is no longer part of it. Kwabena, Sweet Pea, and Harper are watching the markets open up, and they see that tender stock drop to hell, and it's dropping fast, dog. It's like, woo, it's going to the tank, and they basically pop champagne, start having a celebration, turn up, but the whole time Harper is just like shocked. And Sweet Pea like, all right, what's our come up here? Like what we got here? And Kwabena went to the whiteboard that they still got from Eric, and he said, let me do these numbers. Let me do 2 + 2 × 7 multiplied by 27.
Carried on 1.
Like, yeah, I'm gonna add an exponent here. I'm gonna like drop this thing up. Oh, it's $110 million. $110 million, dog. $110 million. And then,
can you whistle?
That's not a great whistle.
I'm not a whistler. I was just trying my best to be vulnerable on the podcast. Can you do it well? Thank you. Correct. Exactly. That's the whistle of a man who makes fun of my whistle.
I know, a much better whistle. Why are you whistling when they was playing this? That's what they played. They start cashing out. And Sweet Pea and Kwabena celebrate, and Harper's in shock, and then Harper calls Kenny.
At one point, what was it, like 3 mil, 30 million? Like they had because they used to be in debt. They was in the red for a long time. But then, we get to a point where now, like, it's paid off real bad.
And I mean, she basically hit the lottery, right? Because we can all admit this. Harper didn't know this shit was going to work out. This was all luck. She just happened to run into a company ran by a fraud.
It was all luck, but yeah, no, she did. But here's my point. Is that why she's good at this? Because
she is good at it. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, do the people who happen to run into things like that? Like, I guess what I'm trying to say is being good at it is like 5% of anything. I think it's right place, right time, intention, manifestation, whatever fruitful stuff you don't want to acknowledge. Like, because she willed it so.
And she surrounded herself by good people. She had Eric go on CNN. And Eric had his 8 Mile moment, which came through for the company, right? You had Kwabena doing things in the background. She didn't bring Rishi's crazy ass in. She went and got Kenny to be his trader. Yep. And then the MVP. So
even if she did play Sweet Pea, she shows her at the end.
Yeah, then the MVP.
Oh, guess what? I knocked on the fucking door, bitch.
And when she knocked on the door, that knocked everything down. Without her knocking on the door, we wouldn't have got here. But guess what? Sweet Pea knocked on the fucking door, bitch. And they got $110 million. And Harper was the best coach, right? Sometimes that's what a coach's job is to do, to put everybody in a position to do their job, right? And you get a little bit of good luck. And then you win some games. You become Steve Kerr. By the way, a quick aside. So Steve Kerr, who used to play for the Bulls, who was the coach of the Warriors, won 4 championships, okay? You following me? He has a son, okay? You want to know what his son's name is? His son's name is Nicholas. And every time he meets someone, he says, I go by Nicholas. The chat gets it. Chanel's not following. His name is Nicholas Kerr. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now imagine if they called
Nick Kerr.
That's right. Yeah. So he's Nicholas Kerr. Nicholas Kerr. Get it right. You don't want no mistakes happening there. That's a whole white man. That could be a whole problem right there.
No, you're right. That's a good point. You're right. Okay, thank you.
Harper tells them to order whatever the fuck they want. Sweet Pea gets on the telephone. This is why she's my girl, man. I love me some Sweet Pea. You want to know what Sweet Pea ordered? This is what Sweet Pea ordered, chat.
Yeah, I was glad you caught up on that.
She ordered caviar, French toast, Pringles, chips, which in England are fries, and Casamigos. That's what she ordered. She just got millions of dollars.
What? He said no Moet, and she said next time we call, we'll call for the Moet. Hilarious.
Caviar, French toast, Pringles, chips, and Casamigos.
That definitely sounds like you're calling out tomorrow because your stomach's messed up and you don't want to blow up the hotel suite bathroom. Okay, but I didn't do my specific check-ins. I got all my stuff together now. I posted on Blue Sky, guys. We're live. We're here right now. Thank you for listening and watching. Shantae Out Loud, T-Pace Coys, Junes.fun. Welcome to the chat. Welcome back to the chat. Belinda, China's Shop, welcome. Love your recaps. Looking forward to Heated Rivalry. Brandon, we're going to talk about that. And then Madison Patmore, welcome back, love.
So Harper goes into her room to have a little moment to herself. And she calls Eric. He don't pick up the phone. And then
he can't. I think what I feel for her there is because good or bad, it's like you're the person who is with me through this experience. You made me in some ways, and for whatever you did, I can't celebrate this with you. Like, that's crazy.
And then Harper, then it kind of hits her that she finally hit it big. Mm-hmm. Like, this is her big moment. And you see her crack a smile for a second. And I was so proud of Harper.
She said, I am inevitable. She had her Thanos moment.
I meant to clip that from before. I'm going to clip that as a clip for us. But I was so proud of her. So proud of Harper.
Exactly. All I did was be proud of her this whole time. You just waited until she actually had an outcome that you agree with.
No, I waited for her to grow. And she clearly has grown over the last couple episodes.
Oh, she grew by making more money. All of a sudden, she made more money. Now, all of a sudden, you see her. Okay, I see what happened.
I clearly said the last couple episodes.
She showed up with her wrist blinging.
I said
You
the
need-
last
until
couple
you-
episodes. Because,
Mhm.
you know, unlike you, you know, I
Mhm.
don't just give people the benefit of the doubt. You got to show me for me to believe you, right? I need to believe you. And then when you show me, I believe you. I believe you. I even played Jodeci for her a couple episodes ago. That's how you know I was coming around. Not
did.
everybody gets
Good for
Jodeci.
you.
She got
Good for
Jodeci.
you, you're an ally.
Despite her marrying a dopey white dude. Despite that. In real life.
Oh yeah, in real life. By the way, speaking of black queens marrying dopey white guys, you know who got married, right?
What, another one? Another one?
Tom and Zendaya.
Yeah, but he's not dopey. He's cool.
Okay.
Tom Holland's cool.
Cool. I like that. He's your type. That's cool.
Yeah, he's cool.
I would say this. This is a rumor going around. I don't know if it's true or not, but apparently there's a positive PR rumor that in the prenup, he promised that if she becomes with baby, he will pause filming and go support her through her pregnancy. Also, he promised like $300,000 a year and like hair charities, $4 million, something shit and I was just like, that nigga's rich.
Why is he promising all
That blew
that?
my mind.
Don't she got more bread than him? I feel like she got more money than him.
Because he loves her and she loves him, and he just want her to know that her.
All right, now
he's
I'm
rich
turning
enough.
on him because he sound like a simp.
No,
That's
he's
what he
setting the
sound
bar
like.
for his wife.
He sound like a
he's setting the bar
simp.
for his baby. You're crazy. People
That's
are
what
gonna
he
take you
sound like.
seriously. People are gonna. You're so annoying.
He probably got
Okay,
it. Ain't
keep
tricking
going.
if you got it tattooed on his arm.
Congratulations to Mr. Zendaya. Congratulations to him.
He lived by this.
Take my money, my house and my car.
That's what he said. And she rich.
Welcome to the chat,
he's
Dapper
still saying
Don. He
that.
says, Dapper Don says he got Marvel paper. Correct.
She got Marvel paper.
Correct. She got
She in
Dune
the same
paper.
movies with him.
She got Disney. Yes, hilarious. Yeah, she's literally about to be in Odyssey and Spider-Man.
What are we talking about? And Euphoria.
I love her. Look at life. Look at what life can be for you if you just
sound
start
like a
out as a
simp.
teen. If you just start out as a teen actor and just become a fashion icon, look at how great life could turn out, guys. It's never too late.
So then we go back to Henry. Henry's looking at all the articles and papers, basically calling him a fraud.
Mind you, this is masochism. Why are you you went out or you paid somebody with your last dime to tell them to go get all the newspapers with your face on it so you can just look at all. That's like me pulling up multiple screens of every social media and finding somebody talking shit about me on each one and just like looking back and forth between the windows. He didn't have to do that.
I mean, that's true. But he wanted to feel.
He wanted to sit in. He wanted to wallow. I wonder what his sign is.
That's crazy. You wonder what his sign is?
I bet you it's going to be irrelevant.
What? Are you into this? What is it called? Not astrology. What is it called? Is it called astrology?
Astrology is the study of how the stars could be all that far away and still be beating your ass. They haven't clarified yet. Oh, no. The real actor is a Capricorn. Oh man, I wish we knew his birthday. I'll get on it, guys. Don't worry.
He then gets a call from Chanel's boy Whitney, who she trusted this entire season. Like she trusted this man the entire season, and this is what happens. This is what happened. Last episode, for those of you listening, Chanel was all hyped about Harper and Yaz getting back together.
My Jasper.
And she even coined it Jasper.
Grand opening, grand closing.
And I
grand
said,
opening.
I said, Chanel, this is clearly not going to last. This is going to end badly. And she's like, oh, no, it's Jasper. I stand Jasper. And she stand it for a whole 7 days.
Yeah, I've been wrong before.
And he go back to his bedroom, and Whitney's like, go to your bedroom, all right? It's a false wall, right? Because it's my house. So I set up a false wall. And I put you some money's in there. Go grab that shit. And Henry comes out like, what the fuck is
the
this?
part I wanted to bring. This is the part I wanted to bring up because Yasmin, after breaking up with this man, goes, well, I guess I'm gonna lay down defenseless for a couple hours. I see you when I wake up. Like, what do you mean? Are you not afraid of it? I would be afraid. Henry is not. Henry is at the end of his rope, and you just laid down with your neck exposed. Like, this is such an interesting thing that she still trusts him, because there's no way I would trust. I would fall asleep around a man I just broke up with. Men are dangerous.
Chanel, do you know how many millions of people are doing this exact same thing right now?
And some of them do end up murdered, is my point. All of them aren't getting out of this alive.
I'm sure.
That's all I'm saying. So I'm just saying,
this is like
my radar
really common.
But if anything, I'm just saying she's calling his bluff even more so that she can break up with him, tell him she doesn't love him, and then have a peaceful nap. At the very least, I'm turning the TV up. At the very least, I'm playing my music. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Oh, this blew my mind that nobody thought like, oh, hey, maybe you give him a little bit of space. She literally is in the other room just like, yeah. But hey, can you wake me up at 4? If my alarm to go off, I had a date tonight. So if you don't wake me up, I'm going to miss it. Can you wake me up at 4? Thank you. Appreciate you. Like, that was blowing my mind. But anyway, he goes into the little secret thing that he never found. And there's francs in there, baby. Euro, British pounds. I don't even know what currency it was, but it was not USD.
No, it was Lithuanian money. And
yes, that makes sense now. Thank you. Yeah. I just knew I didn't know who that man was.
And Henry's confused. And Whitney basically says, look, dog, they're looking for a fall guy. The government's going to blame somebody. They need somebody to try it out there in front of the people and said it was their fault. And it's going to be you. Mm-hmm. And they're going to drop your ass off, and put you on all the front pages, and you're going to be the guy. And that's what you're going to be remembered by. And your name's going to be soured, and everybody's going to remember you as Henry Muck, the fraudster. And Henry's like, he don't want to feel like that. You know, because he said it many times this season. Like, he wants to be somebody. He feels like he's a good person. He wants to
be a little worker. And I will say this though: why is there so many people? I notice that it's men. I notice that it's men who are not of color. And when I say this, I don't mean that the opposite exists for men of color. I mean that I just think it's very interesting that I've seen so many men of the global minority, white men, say how much they love to work. What is it about like identifying? Is it that they love to work, or is that they love to be in jobs where people work for them, or they love to be expert? Like, what is it about this kink that people have about work? Do you know what that's about?
Yeah, I do know what it's about. It's like the entire history of the world has valued like work and told people that if you work hard, you'll get to where you are. And so it's different, 500 years ago, 600 years ago before this, but like in the world that we live in now, they got the privilege to believe that. So a lot of them believe that.
Because historically people have stolen labor and overworked people. So I'm more just thinking like, why do people talk about enjoy? I think I can understand people say I enjoy solving problems, I enjoy helping people, but it's, you know what it probably is? I'm just realizing that when men have said that to me, they probably do mean I like feeling useful, and work is how they were socialized to feel useful and not around the house. But they try to identify it as if like they love working. So if anyone doesn't love clocking in and working 12 hours a day, then something's wrong with them. That's all.
Patriarchy goes both ways. Men fuck themselves up with the patriarchy thing.
Absolutely. Good. Hey, Lord Fly, what was, let me pull that back up. Brandon sometimes says good things. Let's keep a tally. Let's be fair to him. Let's keep a tally of good things he says and annoying bad things he says, and let's just count them up at the end of each episode, please. We'll see how he does. We'll grade him.
We'll do that. And so, hold on. And then, where was I at? Oh, yeah. So he's talking to Whitney, and Whitney's like, listen, I'm about to get the fuck up out of here. You need to come with me. Just temporary. We just need to lay low for a little bit, get our bearings together, let this whole shit fly by, and we'll be straight, right? Just we'll be good. Let everything go by, and you just come over here with me. But you gotta get over here right now, though. And he's like, well, Yaz is in here. Like, I got to use the bathroom. I haven't washed no clothes. I ain't packed a bag yet. He's like, no, you need to get the fuck over here right now.
Right now. Not now, but right now.
And if you don't get over here right now, there's going to be consequences and repercussions. You know where that's from? No?
It does. No, it's something black. My mom sent it to me, but I forgot where my mom got it from.
It is something black. That's correct.
It's not from like, it's not from like, something from, it feels like something from the 70s. I could be wrong.
It's from Life.
Oh my God. And you know how you know that I know that?
How?
Because remember I quoted Life the other day when we did one of the recaps, and I was talking about Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence in Life. So clearly I know what I'm talking about. I just forgot a detail, which I want to do.
But then
you come back over here, it's a consequence and repercussions, which is also another similar to Eddie Murphy saying, reach over here, you're gonna come back with a nub.
And then he comes over here.
What's that from? You reach over here, you're gonna come back with a nub. Don't reach over here, my food. Who was that from?
I don't know. Nutty Professor? I don't know.
Nutty Professor. The clumps was eating food. And they said, if you reach over here, you're not going to come back with that hand. Thank you. Good job.
So then Henry goes and meets Whitney in his private jet. And the pilot's like, hey, dog, I don't fly broke people. All right? So you finna pay me because I don't do this broke shit. And he's like, the money will be here. Henry shows up and he looks just like me right now. Very posh.
He does. He actually looks just like you. It was weird. He had a beard. He was bald. He had tanned. I said, what the fuck?
That's what happened. And he says, all right, give me the money. He's like, it's time we're going to have to go. And he's like, what's all this about? He hands him a Lithuanian passport.
He goes, hey, I've been working on this for a minute. Like, honestly, as soon as I started scamming, I also was like, all right, how do I get out of this scam? So this whole time I've been running a shadow op. It took a while. I had to literally steal your passport, get your passport photo, use this to get a new one made that is authentic. Great, good news. We can now be Lithuanian refugees.
With and new names like, and everything.
The other good news is we can make this political. So like the longer we hide in Lithuania, we could do like WikiLeaks and make them feel like, hey, maybe we're hiding because America's a bad place to live. And he was like, ooh, what?
And this is where my boy Henry came back. I was so proud.
He remembered who he was. I wouldn't say proud, but he did remember who he was in this particular moment. Yes.
I was proud.
This was temporary. This isn't temporary. You're transporting me. I'm not a partner. I'm an asset.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, no, of course not. Because when people see through you, you deflect or feign ignorance. You change the subject because you can't be the subject. You can't bear the scrutiny. I'm your leverage. I'm the guy you hide behind or trade away. You know, there is dignity to knowing your place. You forfeited that. But in your pathetic, self-serving roadmap, you didn't account for one thing. My place.
That's right.
Like, I'm rich.
That's right.
Like, I come from money. He's like, I come from money. I don't come from money. I come from money. I come from, we invested it all in your startup that meant nothing. I come from, I invested all my money in 2 huge startups that flopped real bad, real publicly, and I'm still walking around with a $500 sweater on.
And what I think of this fucking embarrassment. You think I've become this for you, even for a moment? Oh, guys, shut up! You were born a disgusting fucking mooch, and you will die a disgusting fucking mooch. So fuck your fucking poor boy civilian document, because you know what, old boy?
You know what, old boy? Love it.
He was in his bag.
He was in his big bag.
If you have to reach for something, then you've already fucking missed it. I'm getting off this shit heap. Eat my die as me than run as you.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
You know, that was a diss of the year. Do you know what he's referencing? He was quoting Cardi B when he said that.
Is that what she said? She said that
Cardi
Tasha
B has
K?
a diss song. No, she said it to Bia or another rapper. She said, and I quote, "I'd rather die on the surgery table than walk around looking like you."
Oh, I like that line.
That's rough. That's a lot. Yep, that's what he said.
She got a good surgeon.
I will say this though, there's something so nasty and so privileged about this, but it's against Whitney, so you legally cannot be mad at what he just said because it's against the villain of the show, like the arch villain of the show. So you can't even feel bad for him. Like you're contractually not able to do that and be a fan of this we was watching. So yeah, he read him for filth, and it's what he deserved in that moment. It's the reality check he most likely needed because he really did think that like he had game set like he was like, okay, I can scare him about the jail, check. I can scare him about his public perception, check, and I can do all of that in an effort to control him. But he really did not realize that you cannot scare a rich man into being poor. Can't do it. Blood too blue.
Do you know what? Do you want to know what I heard? During it's not even related, but it's all I can think about. At the end of this clip, I mean, of that rant. This is what I heard.
Of course, I want to hear it.
We are the time haters. We traveled all the way back through time to call you a cracker.
Better watch your mouth.
Actually, you better watch your mouth, white boy, before I put these gators up your ass to show you inside some style.
That's all I can think about.
Rest in peace, Charlie Murphy. Can't believe he's gone.
We came back in time. He was ready. He was like, oh, I remember who I am. I'm about to set you straight, boy. You're not about to talk to me, old boy.
Oh boy is a good one. That's a real pinnacle of storytelling when you have a terrible person, but when they return to their true core of themselves, it shows you how well they've characterized him over these 3 seasons he's been in. Because 2 seasons we've been in, because we've been able to understand who he is enough to understand this is him returning to it. Kudos to the showrunners and the writers and the people involved and the makeup people and the publicists and kudos.
Henry goes back to his crib and the press is all waiting outside. He's got to fight through them to get inside. He gets inside. He sees Yaz. He runs up to her and hugs her. And he says, "Listen, man. I just told Whitney's ass off. I remember who the fuck I am now. I'm not going to be this little wimpy, crazy boy that you've been with the last 6 months. I'm the guy that you fell in love with again. I found myself." And Yaz was like, the boys in blue, they look behind you, dog. And all of them standing there's like, "Mr. Muck, you're not under arrest, but we'd like to bring you in for some questioning." And he puts his hands out.
Which, by the way, privilege. Still privilege.
Oh, maybe. I don't know if this is privilege because he hadn't been charged with nothing yet. This does happen. People do be brought in for questioning that aren't privileged.
Okay.
At this point, he is privileged. Don't get me wrong.
I'll give you that.
I'm just saying this may not be the privilege.
I'll give you that. You can have that.
Hey, I gotta give my boy credit. He didn't expect that. He put his hands out like, "You gonna arrest me? Like, you gonna cuff me?"
because Whitney had gotten in his head like, bro, they need to see a perp walk. If they don't see you walk with cuffs, they're gonna be insatiable. So he was like, "All right, bloody hell, let's get it on then." And they're like, "Sir, we literally just have like a couple questions for you. Like, it's fine."
And then we get so then they take him outside and they basically take him down to the station. And so then we got Yaz Carville, the famous political consultant, Yaz Carville, and her and Norton are interviewing Sebastian. And Sebastian is talking about his what he wants to do and everything. And Norton says, "Look, dog, we need to bring the right together, man. All this shit getting cut up and all this crazy shit, like that's not what it need to
Don't
be."
get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. Who the fuck? Oh, Sebastian, where did he first come in?
We seen him all season. He's the one that's been talking shit to Jennifer on these different podcasts and shows and shit like that.
He's a media guy. He's like a
no, he's
Tucker
in Parliament.
Carlson.
He was in the first episode. Remember the very first episode?
Oh, who's a good?
When they were talking about OnlyFans.
Is he like JD? Oh, right. First of all, thank you. So is he like JD Vance? Is he?
No, he's not like JD Vance.
Mitch McConnell?
No, he's like Josh Hawley. He's probably worse than Josh Hawley, but he's like Josh Hawley.
Who's this majority speaker? Mike Johnson, Mike Huckabee?
He's not like Mike Johnson. Mike Johnson is a fucking sucker. This guy's not a sucker. This guy is a smart guy who absolutely believes this shit. But you know what's funny about this? So Norton's like, "Hey dog, come over to the grand old party, the most successful party in the world. We'll make you a monkey ass famous, like the Undertaker would say." And he was like, "Why would I do that? That shit dead. Don't nobody believe in that old conservative bullshit. Oh, let's just cut some taxes and la la la. Like nobody believes in that shit. We trying to make real change here." He says, this is what he said. "I want to build a coalition of people across racial and political lines who don't recognize the country that they are in." And then he was like, "All right then." And so Norton, this is the funniest part to me. Then Norton says, "I can make this work. We just got to make sure, people don't think you racist and get that racist shit off you because that's not going to work." So even over there, they're like, I can be like neo-fascist Nazism, but I can't just be racist. I can't just I don't want people to think I'm racist. That's not going to work for me. And over here, it's just like, that's how we win. That's how we win, dog.
Yeah, I think that there's actually commonalities across all Western society. I think the thing is that we have less of a there's two very different histories, not very different but different, and then there's like two different cultures. And so like think about the West, like we are considered to be more Western, more direct, more free, more about freedom, more about like individuals, and the Brits are a little bit more about like culture and like whatever, like circumstance, treating each other a certain way. So I can understand why the way that British like to keep to themselves would make it like being explicitly racist would be too much for them within their own meetings, right? Like they would never have a clan meeting. They would have like a meeting for the men of the British Isles, and they would lords of the British Isles, and they would talk about like the lesser class or like the unfortunate. Like they would use colloquialisms to be racist. But in America, you would just have somebody just call somebody the N-word, and that's how you find out your neighbor doesn't like black people. Like that.
Also, obviously they got big time racism over there. But the thing over there is class more than almost like classism.
Exactly.
And that caste structure is almost more than anything. It's like almost more than anything is the caste structure.
And it's more historic there. Yeah, exactly. That caste structure, like informed, if I'm not crazy, was informed or like intertwined with India's, and like there's a lot going on there. Welcome to the chat, George Pelipar, who is telling us that he read this as a satirical take at Reform UK. Absolutely.
Yes.
And then Autumn Luck, welcome back. Loves tens for Jon Snow, calling Whitney a peasant was too good. We agree. I would say like, yes, is the show saying exactly what the reason why the show feels so good and so relevant in Britain and the US is because one, like it is current and relevant, but two, they're writing right on the nose. And I think that what we have taken away though from some of these shows is that when you really are an insider to white culture, some of this stuff is that on the nose. Like some of this is how they call
on the nose. On the nose TV show would be like, we got to get these black and brown people and Muslims out of here. Like that would be on the nose.
No, I disagree. I think it's not even on the nose like of I think that would be like too explicit, like kind of leading the whatever the fuck the watchers. What I'm referring to is just the idea of like, I need to find a clip. Oh my god, where do I do my likes? Oh yeah, your activity likes, because I like something today that's exactly really, it was a quote from Lord, what's his name, that motherfucker, what's his name? He was like, what did he say about he called him a neoliberal, he called him like a neoliberal tech anarchist social butterfly, whatever, like
from
that.
Succession.
No, that's what he called him in this episode. No, he called him this in this episode.
Oh.
And so that's what I'm saying. Like, they're saying the quiet part out loud, and I think that is happening in a lot of these spaces. It just looks different than what we would like to think it. Oh, finally freaking found it. Oh my god. He said post-liberal, he called him post-liberal, neo-reactionary, techno accelerationist, and then they mentioned Peter Thiel by name later in the episode, right? So like, they're very on the nose in the terms of like, this is exactly what is happening. And I think it's almost like my point I guess I'm trying to make is every show is going to feel on the nose unless you are literally blatantly ignoring what's happening. It's the same way that like Andor was like, oh my gosh, why does this feel so relevant? It's because they're like, okay, we'll just write about what's actually happening. This is no longer like a sci-fi science fiction of the future. Like, we're just going to talk about everything that we see happening in a science fiction lens, and that's why we're able to see this. That's why we're able to see this, like, and see like the truth in this writing. So that's my point.
That's a good point. So then my boy was like, all right, we can work with that. And Yas starts talking to him, and he goes, listen, I truly am sorry about your divorce. Like, sorry that happened to you. I don't really fuck with divorce though like that. And Yas tries to make a joke. She goes, oh, what? You think it's an affront to God? And he looked at her straight in his face and was like, yes. That's
exactly he stood on that.
I think.
I'm kind of not mad. He stood on it.
That's exactly what I think. And I was like, oh, this man believes it. He believes his shit. And so then we cut back to Stern Industries. And in the Stern Industries, we got Harper. And she got a black real estate agent trying to find us some office space. And the agent's like, all right, I'm going to let y'all talk about this shit right now, figure out what y'all want to do. And Harper's like, I think this is a good time to give y'all this. And she breaks out the check, and she cut them a $2 million check, but she cut herself a $2 million check. She said, we equal. We partners in this shit. 33%
That's
each.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. You wouldn't see that in any other firm, in any other situation. Welcome to the chat. Welcome back, Egregious Monk. He says, this is a history of fascism. True.
And she says the rest is in the account because we got to get future investors, make sure they know we not about our bullshit, that we got money.
And I think that's so important because you cannot, like, the whole point of these frauds is that there was not real money and real cash flow to back it up. So as long as they do actually they are actually very frugal about how to use their money, they've already beat the haters because they're like, all right, well, cash in the bank, scoreboard, check that, and then come back and talk to me. So like, there's no like fraud Ponzi scheme potential here. Like, they're solid, which is great. Now, could they run that 100 million to the ground real easy? Absolutely. It's like the movie Lottery Ticket, where Bow Wow and Brandon T. Jackson spend $1 million in a day. They could do that, but we hope they don't.
And the Sweet Pea says, man, I could have made this shit selling feet pics.
Do you think she was joking?
Yeah, she was joking.
Okay, good. Yeah, I thought she was too, but somebody else is like,
I don't know if you heard
generation.
this, but I don't know if you heard this, but in the background, after she got this, when they were doing something else, she said
she was running around cheering.
No. Sweet Pea is the MVP, man. She's the best. Mm-hmm. She says, what did she say? She said something to the extent of like, I used to be the girl that buys pre-owned product, but now I'm the girl that can buy real product. or something like that. She was like, oh, she said, I used to be the girl to buy someone else's Prada bag. Now I could buy my own Prada bag, or something like that. She said,
Oh, I'm not happy about consumerism, but I'm happy for her because she achieved something.
And then Harper then tells Kwabena, hey, dog, I'm trying to go to Paris. I'm not really trying to be alone. You trying to roll with me? He's like, I'll go. We good.
He's like, believe it or not, I've been a lot of places, but not Paris. Like, I don't. That's not an. That's just me trying to do an accent. I'm not able to do his, but that's how you know it was a different character because I used a different voice.
Jennifer, we see Jennifer talking to her boss. She basically been talking to Henry, and Henry told her about the Russian shit, and he was like, she was trying to say, hey, dog, what if it's some Russian shit involved? And her boss wasn't trying to hear that shit. He was basically like they'll say anything to get out of this shit. And plus, how we gonna have proof about it? And if it really is true, do we really want to fuck with those people? So get the fuck out of my office. So she leaves and she calls Henry back. She says, hey, that shit ain't go anywhere. But have you thought about talking?
No, he doesn't say that. Sorry, just to clarify. Just a little nuance. He says, leave it alone, sis. I have higher security clearance than you. He basically is like, you gonna get yourself in trouble. Go ahead and back it on up. So I think that in these scenes, everyone was saying, hey guys, we know this is happening, but we're not gonna rock the boat. So shh, because someone's probably listening, and I'm about to tell you to do what's good if you know what's good for you. So that is very interesting. But basically, there's confirmation on that level that something's going on, and it's kind of like as long as we don't get in their way, we're gonna be good, kind of thing.
She goes back out. She calls Henry. Basically tells him, hey, dog, it's a no-go. But, you know, why don't you talk to your uncle, your boy? He'll help. He got connections all over the place. Tell him and see if he can, you know, talk to some national security people and get this shit looked into. Henry's like, oh, yeah, I forgot about him. I'll do that shit. So then we cut to Paris. On a real quick cut, we see Yaz show up and greets Harper, and Haley's there. And they look so fancy that like they just went done shopping. And they're like, oh, hey, everybody. Mwah, mwah. I'm so glad you're here. Hey, we got the whole upstairs tonight. Wait till you be there. 8 o'clock on the dot. I got food. I got caviar. We got drinks. It's going to be a great fucking time. I love you. All right, peace. Have a good night. And Kwabena's like, ooh, like, she don't look like she going through it.
Yeah. And to his defense, she didn't look whatsoever. Like, she literally is like, anything can happen in Peggy. And it's like, girl, what are you talking about?
And Lord, have I missed Otto Moston. He is the funniest fucking character in this fucking show.
He's really, play the alert.
He's so, no,
play it.
No.
Play it for me this season.
Zaddy.
No.
Thank you.
This man is so pleasant. He's at the restaurant and he's like, oh, hey, old chum, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what the fuck he was saying.
Please stop.
That's what he was doing. He was so pleasant, and I laughed. I was so happy to see him. And Henry was like, hey, dog, listen, this is what they told me. They told me I completed this shit, make an apology, blame Whitney, tell him I ain't know shit, I was a fool, which is true. I got caught up in some bullshit. It wasn't me. And I repent for this shit, and I'll do better. And if I do that shit, they're going to put me on house arrest. And Otto was like, tally ho, and who you going to blame? And he was like, Whitney Halberstrom. And he was like, goddamn right. That's how we do it. That's my boy. We back in business. And he was like, but what he told me was that there might be some Russian influence in this shit.
And he goes, here you go, ruining my freaking appetite. Wait, side note, Roger Barclay, who plays Otto, guess what he was in as an officer?
What was he in?
An episode of Andor. And of course he worked for the Empire, so he was just a good ass villain. It's funny that blonde-haired, blue-eyed men like just happily say, yeah, I'll be the villain. I get it. Also, R.I.P. Eric Dane.
He then said, listen, let me tell you this story. I did some business with this dude one time. He got caught up in Moscow. He got caught up with the Russians. Let me tell you. One day I looked up, and that nigga was just gone. He was just gone. What you mean he was gone? I mean, he was there one day, and the next day, he fell out his window onto the spikes on his fence. And they ain't say it was no foul play. They ain't look like nothing else. They said that man had a mental illness, and he just ended up on those spikes.
He said, ain't you been 3130 before? Don't you have a history of don't stop running your family? Put two and two together, honey.
Your house got spikes. Your house got spikes on the fence. You say some shit, you might end up in them spikes, dog.
Right. He said, be for real. Shout out to Leah. Welcome back to the chat. Leah said, I wish Henry had said something. And then she says a phrase I've never heard before or not heard in this context. Leah says, 2 people had to help Henry to get a fish. Is that like get a clue? That makes sense. Go fish, get a fish. Okay, cool. I like that. I'm going to start saying, oh, no. I think she literally means at the end of the episode.
This is why I'm shaking my head.
Go fishing.
Yes.
Girl, I thought you was being metaphorical. I was like, hey, teach me some British slang. And guess what? I'm going to make it happen. We're going to get a fish happen. She needs to get a fish because she don't have a clue or a fish. That's what I'm going to start saying about people.
Then we see Yaz and Haley. Yaz gives her this nice dress. She's so happy how good she looks in the dress. She says, tonight will be great. And your little cousin's going to be there. She's like, yeah, my little cousin's going to be there. She's so excited for the opportunity.
Bringing her cousin into sex work is insanity.
And then Haley asks, Yaz asks, hey dog, just one last thing.
Mm-hmm.
You was fucking with me about the sex tape, right? Like that's not real, right? And Haley looks at her and smiles.
Mind you, right before this response is when my friend watched the episode with me later, but this is when I started playing it out loud in the hotel room, and she said, what the fuck are you watching? So Haley says,
this is one of the best lines I've ever heard in my entire life. This was so good.
And this is the point. This is what Lord was talking about. They say, you love the weird stuff, and then you say, I love it. So why don't you just own that you like this and say it?
I was just weird stuff. There's nothing weird about this.
Okay, go ahead.
It's just a great line.
Uh-huh.
She said, yes, I have a tape. She says, yes, I masturbate to the game tapes. She calls them game tapes. That's so good. Mm-hmm. How great of a metaphor is that?
It's not a metaphor. I think
I was just watching film, dog. Look, we all watch film to get better. I was just watching film. I was a Division I college football player. We watched, how many hours of film I watched? Hours and hours and hours of film to get better. And Haley's like, I gotta keep my scholarship, dog. If I don't watch film and see what I'm doing wrong, how am I gonna move up in this world? How am I gonna get drafted?
She must have a fandom I don't know about, because she had a couple moments this episode where I was like, girl, going somewhere.
You mad because she trying to get drafted. You trying to prevent her from coming up on that stage.
Her mama, I don't want the NCAA to take advantage of her and then underpay her. Yeah.
With her mama crying at the table, excited. She get to hug the commissioner. She get to hug Commissioner Yaz, shake the hand, hold her jersey up. That's all she trying to get to. And you trying to bring her down.
Mm-hmm.
Shame on you.
She's too cheeky. Shantae a lot says she's so cheeky. I think she's too cheeky. But I'm like, they must have thought like, okay, she's going to be like, cunt. They're going to love her. They're going to be excited about her.
Shame on you. And then Yaz is like, what? And she was like, I'm just kidding, dog. We ain't got no tape. We good. We good money.
Do you believe her?
No, of course not.
Hell no.
And so then
somebody said, what is Yaz going to do when Sally Draper betrays her? I didn't say Sally Draper. I just forgot her name that quickly. And somebody else said, well, tell her don't get on a boat with her.
I don't know that reference.
You don't reference what Yasmin did to her daddy on the boat?
Oh, I thought you were talking about something from Mad Men or something because you said Sally Draper.
Mm-mm.
Speaking of the boat, did you know that Ghislaine's Maxwell daddy died on a boat that he named after her?
Did you know that this motherfucker was a part of making textbooks for American schools and also linked to Life Touch, which used to do children's mandatory photos? The photo day agency that somehow at a national scale used to have a repository that would go to his compatriots. Do you know that?
Yeah, but who cares about that? I'm talking about the show.
I still care about that. No, you brought it up. Secondly, do you know that well, okay, I think that's all I know.
We talk about the show. All right.
Because you brought it up.
Yasmin's daddy died mysteriously on a boat that he named after her daughter.
Oh, so you're saying it's full circle. I mean, look, I don't know.
I'm saying they did that shit on purpose.
I don't know this lady's history in real life, but I will tell you this. I'll tell you this. Not a lot of something happened to someone at some point in time, and or some people are just made wrong. I don't know how to explain it. I can't do it, but some people just got either something happens or you just are you're just born a monster. I can't explain how people get to be.
We know what happened to Yas. Like, we know.
Not exactly, but I'm saying like in the real life situation we're referencing, I haven't read the lady's autobiography. I don't care to know, but
I think there's one on Netflix. Like a documentary.
My point is that like trauma doesn't justify traumatizing other people, but I will say that usually people are the way they are for a reason, even if it's just that they're just evil.
And she says, all right then. And so then Harper and Kwabena are getting ready to go for the dinner. And Kwabena was basically like, I'm not trying to meet with these snooty ass fucking people. And Harper said, bitch, you rich. The fuck? Excuse me, what the fuck you talking about? You came from privilege. And he's like, yeah, but Yaz is trash. Like, I had a mate that went to school with her and basically called her a sadist. Like, why the fuck would you fuck with her? If you just met her today, you wouldn't be friends with her. And Harper was like, you don't know what the fuck she been through? She been through hell and high waters. Yeah, she's a little fucked up because her life was fucked up.
We all are. I the last black man I slept with that worked, I ruined his career. I sent him back to the States. Oh, we all made mistakes. We all deserve a second, third, fourth chance, fifth season.
I mean, at least she learned though. She learned. So I give Harper credit.
Yeah, it's funny though, because it's like as soon as he said that, then Yasmin go and make it right. Like, it's something about when though you have those conversations, somebody just goes, the universe just goes ahead and aligns it so you can see that person was right and you need to apologize. Before I read the last couple comments, I just want to advocate. I just want to be clear. Neither Brandon nor I have any intention to shut down this podcast or shut down our own lives. Okay. So Jelaine's dad used to own a little girl's clothing store brand, which is crazy. Shantae Aloud says that kind of bohemian childhood is actually very generational, unfortunately, for those people involved. Exactly. It starts somewhere sick and keeps going. And then Shantae Aloud mentioned the movie Eyes Wide Shut, which I would be so interested to rewatch now and see if or how much of this is like where are people pulling the inspirations for things. Because if we go back, I know people have been talking about stuff forever, like kind of like, you know, people have been talking about aliens forever, and now we're kind of coming around to the conspiracy. If I found out all these movies have been about exactly this, I'm gonna throw up all over everything. I'm gonna go to the a place where they store movies on servers and lose my shit, because I'm not okay with that. Either rise above it or become a victimizer. This is Harper versus Yasmin, exactly. And then the scene with Eric's daughter told Harper, "You shouldn't think about me," is a great line. And then Leah said, most importantly,
Leah, I'm about to ban you. I'm about to ban
before
you.
that one. Go back one.
Yeah, no.
Justice for DVD.
No.
Justice for DVD. DVD over Kwabena any day.
No, that's a bannable offense. I might put you on timeout for that.
Not. No, it's not.
That's offended me.
You're not gonna do a thing. She's right. She's honest and she's true. She's brave.
Get DVD up out of here. I'm glad he's gone.
Well, are you mad?
I'm glad DVD's gone. I'm Team Sam. So Sam was
I
like,
mean, look, he's the one who stayed. He's the one. He's not the step boyfriend. He's a boyfriend who stepped up.
no, because he's the only one that pushed back against Harper's bullshit. And
Right.
yes,
because he's also kind of bad too. Because DVD didn't push back because Harper expressed that she had been assaulted and he showed concern for her.
yeah, he did. And where'd that get him? That's right,
Back
exactly.
in New York.
That's
Hopefully,
exactly right.
hopefully surrounded by people who love him and care about him. Hopefully, rejection was protection.
Listen. I'm gonna have to set some ground rules here, okay?
You won't be doing that. Not on my show. Not on
Let's set
this
some
land.
ground rules here.
No, see, you gonna get gat again in them 5-star reviews. You better quit playing
There's
with me.
no
DVD is
we don't have time or space for no DVD stands, okay? All right. We don't.
You want a podcast alone? You want to do season 5 on your own? Because we have time and space.
We don't have
And
time for
opportunity.
DVD in here, okay?
DVD did nothing wrong. DVD is actually one of the first scapegoats. It was DVD, then Venetia, then
okay.
the girl with the brown hair, Daria, and then it was Kitty. But Kitty's a piece
You
of
said
shit.
DVD
And
did
then-
nothing wrong? Is that what you said? You did nothing wrong?
Can't think of nothing.
Okay. I didn't, call me woke. Call me a male feminist, whatever you want to call me.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Not gonna call you that.
I thought it was a problem, to have sexual relationships with your subordinates. That's just me. I thought it was a power dynamic. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm wrong.
But you didn't know that there is a exception when you're the only 2 Black people.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yep. That's how the rules state. That's what the rules state.
Okay. Maybe I'm woke. Maybe I'm too woke for this show. So then we go to the Nazi dinner, and Harper sits down next to the Nazis from Bauer, IBM Bank earlier, and they was like, "Yeah, man, Yasmin's been through so much with this shit. Like, she deserves to start the rest of her life." And Harper's like, "Yeah, my girl deserves a new start. I agree with you." And then the dude was like, "Yeah, everybody's here. They want to meet Sebastian because that dude know what the fuck he talking about. That's why we all here." And the mama was like, "Yeah, I'm trying to fuck." And he was like, "Mama, don't say that shit out loud." And she was like, "Look at him. What you want me to say?" And then Harper was laughing. And then the dude was just like,
Hey, I was looking this up. This whole scene is umbukum.
Harper was like,
That's
the
German
guy
for
was like,
uncomfortable. Okay, thank you.
"Yeah, I'm not gonna." You know what I'm gonna get on this show? I'm gonna get 2 sound effects. All right, I'm gonna get a sound effect of somebody laughing, right, when you do a good joke, and then when you don't get a good joke, I'm gonna do the Price is Right sound.
Motherfucker, you are the laughing track. You're supposed to laugh.
I gotta stay focused. Okay, I gotta be on track. I'm Walter Cronkite. I'm the play-by-play guy. I'm Bob Costas.
You have to focus so much that you can't laugh that you can press the laugh button, or focus so much that you can't laugh that you can decide wasn't funny and therefore get the other sound. But all
I'm
of that
Pat
is
Summerall.
easier than just laugh.
You're John Madden. Okay, I'm Jim Ross. You're Jerry the King Lawler. You see what's happening here? Like I got to be the straight
Those
man.
are wrestling people. I know
the
Jerry the King Lawler.
commentators. They're the commentators.
Okay.
Commentators.
Mm-hmm.
So then the dude was like, "Speaking of that, don't Paris look different to y'all? It's real brown over here now. Like, I'm not used to Paris. Like, this ain't the Paris I grew up with. It starts off with this multiculturalism, and then it should just go off the rails. And then they start going on this rant, and they start talking about, science said that, like, we all evolve differently, and that's why our temperaments are the same, right? Like that melanin, man, they some angry motherfuckers over there. Like, I don't even know why they're so mad. It must be genetics. And they were going on, and Harper was like, and the mama was like, by the way, Harper, you not like the rest of them. You one of them good ones. And I was like, that is what got my girl Harper to snap back in place. She was like,
She woke up.
She finally woke up. And then Harper says, what's the good one? Like, no, she said, what other ones? What you mean I'm not like the other ones? Which other ones? And then Sebastian then comes up after and says, hey, dog, I got to go. My son having communion. I don't got time to talk to these rich people. Tell them to hit my pager. And she says, by the way, Harper, you a fucking genius. I heard about you. You a ruthless motherfucker. I heard about you. We need to talk because I need to pick your brain before I can take over the world. It's like, you know, I gotta talk to an evil motherfucker to be evil. Except Harper's not evil. Harper's just stern. She's stern. See what I did there? See what I did there? Do you see what I did there? Yeah. Yeah. You like that? That's right. Harper's stern.
Hated every minute of it.
Harper's stern. And Harper was like, oh, yeah. Okay. Delete off her phone. And then he left. And then before he left, she was like, you know, there were some pretty blunt ideas around the table.
Mm-hmm.
And Sebastian was like, listen, I don't believe.
About all these regressive conservative white people, the party
No,
said
progressive.
something crazy.
Progressive. That's what Yasmin said.
I know,
about
and I'm
making progress.
telling you that the point is he knows he said a lot of people want to regress back to racism and tribalism, and he goes, they brought up racism and tribalism. Oh my God, that's so awkward. Like, you knew what you were doing, buddy. And this is why sometimes people say like they prefer the outright clear racism and blatantness, because then you can navigate it. When people are like this and they're very like coy and cute about it, it's actually sometimes more malicious, because it's like you can create a false sense of comfort in these spaces where you're really unwelcome and really not safe.
I did not read it that way at all. I agree with what you said,
Sure.
but I took it as even more worse than that. I took it as he don't believe that shit. He just don't give a fuck. Like it's cool. It's like fine.
No,
because he literally said earlier in the episode, he said, I want a coalition of people from all races who don't like what the country looks like now, which like literally looks like, but all races of people. And then this time he said, I can't police what the motherfuckers say at my table, but I'm gonna have them at my table.
Yeah,
that's what he said.
Let me tell you why that doesn't make a lick of damn sense. First of all, he knows who his constituents are. He's not confused. He's not unclear. Very similar to Trump pre this era. Trump knew what he was getting into. He knew who he was getting in bed with, and he knew that as a person who had voted Democrat and donated Democrat most of his life, he knew who he could influence, and he knew what temperature to tap into. And I'm not saying it wasn't. I guess what I'm trying to say is that under this underbelly of trying to maybe be a philanthropist or be known for good stuff, maybe he was this guy the whole time, and he evidently was, because of like the history of racism and not paying people and taking advantage of people. I mean, like, you can go back through his business practices and see how he's discriminated against people he's worked with of color for years. But my point is, allegedly and proven, I don't think I can get sued for that. So my point though is that there's the right before. Back in the day, when Black women and Black people saw this coming, what we were dealing with now, when people were doing supreme pattern recognition, people were saying, you're overreacting. He's not into that. That's just a fringe, right? And then as soon as his fringe got enough like juice to be a formidable body again, he rolled with them. So all I'm saying is Sebastian's not
that's
slick.
what I'm saying.
He's not.
But that's not what Sebastian said.
But right, because he wouldn't say that to the Black woman, because he's smart enough to say.
Okay. He's saying what you're saying is the opposite. What you're saying is he would pretend like he doesn't know about it and he's sorry about it. That's not what Sebastian did. Sebastian says, yeah, I know that they're fucked up. I don't care. That's what he said. If somebody asked Sebastian on a news conference, did you hang out with the German dude from Bauer who believes in Nazis? He would have been like, yeah. I talked to him. He talked to me about his ideas. I listened to him, took his money. He has some good ones. He has some bad ones. But yeah, I talked to him. He wouldn't be like,
Right.
When they ask Trump something like that, he goes, I don't know who that person is. He just lies.
Right. But
what I'm
he
saying.
didn't do that at first. But what I'm saying is that he still is normalizing the idea of sitting at the table with these people in a way of like, oh, like, you know, they're just ideas. And I think he's smart enough for that to be, my favorite word, insidious. I think I don't think
that's what I'm saying. He's very insidious.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's much more insidious than playing coy. It's yes, I know, and I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Okay. That's what I was saying. It's very insidious. I agree with you. I just don't think he was pretending. I don't think he was pretending like he didn't know. I think he was like, yeah, no. They said some shit to you.
I think he's letting stuff slide, I guess, to an extent that makes me very uncomfortable. And Yasmin is, I mean, obviously, Harper is aware that Yasmin's going to play dumb, and we're going to see what the fallout is from that.
And Harper did good. Harper was like,
because Harper's like, hey, my mama might be Dutch, but I ain't know. I ain't know.
Here's the thing.
Now,
this is how we knew Harper grew. This is how we knew Harper grew. Harper last season wouldn't have given a fuck that they were racist Nazis. She wouldn't have given a fuck if she was trying to make a sell. She wouldn't have given a fuck. She wouldn't have said something outwardly. She probably would have given a fuck internally, but she wouldn't have given a fuck outwardly. Because she knew how fucked up Otto was, and she didn't give a shit. Otto told her straight to her face, I want to hire you because of basically DEI is what Otto was saying. I want a black woman face on this. You're as good as anyone. And she was like, cool, let me get that shit. And now Harper's grown and she's like, fuck that. Like, this is fucked up.
Go ahead and give me my banner real quick. Let me cook. Let me tell you why Harper is actually a hero this whole time.
Oh God.
Because how many times have men told you that they're trying to get out the hood so they could do better by their community? And what do? They build, they move out the hood and then they just like put money into a boys and girls club. Oh, that's great. That's actually good. Please keep doing that. But they just leave their community behind. They don't live there no more. They don't run the same blocks like Jadakiss said. They're not outside. Harper said, hey, I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm going to put my head down. I'm going to be a good girl. Yes, massa. And then when I get my FU money, I'm going to say FU straight to those faces. I'm going to let them know straight up, I'm not okay with this. You're not right. You're wrong. And I have enough money that you can't do something about it. Now, I don't have money for forever, but I have enough money for right now. And she spoke up as soon as she got to a point where her voice mattered and her money would have mattered. A little $3 million fund, maybe not so much. That $100 million was like, hey, I'm a player now. And I want you to know if y'all make yourselves a target, I will go after how you guys are ponziing off of racism too, and an old legacy and old fake money. So I think she's a hero because she actually did not forget about the hood when she came up. She didn't change. She changed for the better when she got her money instead of for the worse. And we have a scene later where she acknowledges her blackness in a way that has been not acknowledged in 4 seasons. I rest my case for my hero, and this is why I've been here for her since day one. I never turn on you, Harper, ever.
That is an amazing rewrite of history. That was incredible.
Thank
you should be a writer.
I do write. ChanelCreating.substack.com.
You should do a show where you write scripts and act it out. Like,
what do you mean?
You
like
have real talent. No, like a what do they call it? Like a sketch show.
Thank you so much. I think it's been funny, guys.
Because you can write.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You guys, I do have a sketch show, and I dropped the link to one of the episodes in the last one of the scenes. Did you watch it?
I'm literally trying to set you up, and you sitting here not getting it.
I forgot I sent it.
I
sent it. Did you watch it?
Yes, I watched it. And I'm trying to set you up.
Did anybody else watch it from last time?
I'm trying to set you up to hype you up, and you don't even get it. This is why. This is why I behave the way that I behave. This is why the way I behave.
I just felt passionately about my point. What did you think about the 7 Camuels sketch?
It was better than the Lord of the Rings sketch.
That wasn't a sketch. That was a stupid reel.
It's a sketch.
Okay.
It's still a sketch.
Okay, better than that's not really okay. Did you
No,
think
I
I
liked
captured
it.
the essence of you can't capture the essence of his high value man?
Yeah, but you weren't as cool as him. But you were trying.
Let's see if I can. Okay, thank you so much. I just want to pull up the still from this. Oh, I
And
never.
he's-
Oh, I don't have it.
By the way,
'cause
I'm not saying
Uh-huh.
Kevin Samuels is cool. I'm saying he has a coolness to him. That's why he has not.
Yeah, I
cool's
didn't
not the
get
wrong
fully
word.
in the character.
He has an aura. He had an aura to him. He was a terrible dude, but he had an aura. He had an aura. See, that's right, Leah. Drop your Substack in the chat. I was trying to set you up for you to jump in and say, you know what? I do have a sketch. I was trying to put it on the platter for
Wait,
you,
when did I?
and you didn't even
Uh-huh.
you know the meme with Wayne Wade. He throws the alley oop and he goes like this, and LeBron James catches it. I was trying to give you the Dwayne
Uh-huh.
Wade alley oop, but you ain't catch it.
You trying to oops me? Good for you.
You didn't
Thank you.
catch it.
I mean, well, I didn't think we were going that direction because I was giving a speech and I felt very passionate about it. I just got sidetracked. Okay, guys, if I can find it, I just need to show y'all this clip of me as Kevin Samuels. I just want to know if you think I captured the coolness. But okay, keep going.
I wish
come
I'd
back around to
known.
it
I
at
wish
the
I
worst
would have
time
known you were
possible.
going to do that rant, because I would have went back and wrote down every horrible thing Harper's done the first 4 seasons and try to make you defend them as some master plan to get to this point. No, she grew, and we should be happy
I
that
wish
she grew.
I had known. I wish I had known I was doing that rant.
I said to you earlier this
I wish I
season,
had known. I didn't know this.
I said to you, Harper is the worst person and the best person on this show. And look at me,
Mhm.
Charles Dickens.
She's the most important person for
Charles
sure.
Dickens. She
The
grew
best
into
of
her
times,
best
worst of times.
self. That's right. And she
Mhm,
grew into
mhm,
her
mhm.
best self. And I'm so proud of her. She set the motherfucker straight. She told Yaz they was looking at me like they wanted to skin me. And Yaz was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't know they were going to say that shit. She was like, oh, all right. And then she goes,
Mhm.
all right, let's go talk. So they go sit down. And Yaz is so proud of herself. Like, she's just like, look at this. Look what I set up. I set this shit up. I did that shit. And I think Harper, even though she didn't agree with the people that was there, she was kind of proud of Yaz. Just like, yeah, I don't agree with what you did, but like, you did do this on your own. Like, nobody else helped you do this shit. You did this shit on your own. Good job. But like, this shit seemed a little odd. Like, some of those people are not from England. They can't donate to him. That's illegal. And to Yaz's credit, on this one, this is the one thing I agreed in her entire statement from this point on. To her credit, she did say, that's the gray area. It's on the edge. You're the one who told me I should live like that. I was just trying to be like you.
Again, because Harper really is the one. Like, look, I was gonna get it by any means necessary. I happened to come up upon it the right way, so now I'm a stickler for that. But honestly, don't bring up the old me. That was yesterday.
And I was like, yes, you got a point there, but she's right. She's right. That's a good comeback. That's a good comeback to her. And Harper's like, that's the old me, dog. I've grown. That's not me no more. All right. I went to therapy. I found my inner self. All right. I'm not going out with the hoes no more. I'm staying at home. That's what she said.
Speaking of, before we move on, I did find the photo of me as Kevin Samuels. Let's see if get the lighting right. I think I captured it well. I feel that was pretty cool. I look pretty cool. I got the suit. I got the beard. I got the hair down pat. I got the general vibe and aura. I think
you had the words. The
I
words.
did have the words. Yeah,
the words were right. You just didn't have the aura. You didn't have the aura.
I didn't. And you know what? And I think because the aura is granted by the devil. Yeah. So that I was never.
A lot of terrible people have aura. I don't have to pretend that they don't have aura because they're terrible.
Given to them by the devil. Yeah, the devil literally is granting.
A lot of terrible people, they got a. What did the French say?
Yeah.
Je ne sais quoi.
What did Mephisto say? He said, "I'm gonna make you that guy."
Mephisto, exactly. That's right. That's right. That's good callback. I like that.
I was there when we watched that.
I like that. So then Harper was like, yeah, but this is like really fucked up. And so, yes, why are you doing this? Yaz was like, joy, my joy. Harper said, these are extreme people.
Joy. Mm-hmm.
These are extreme people. And she goes, no, they're not. They're just people who got fresh ideas for a broken contract. All right. These people are for actual
Like
progressive change. Okay.
That she's saying these talking points is actually would genuinely scare me. I would genuinely be like, okay, my friend's not okay. Something happened. Something snapped inside of her because what are you talking about?
Then, as she's talking, a bunch of women and girls come into the room, and Harper looks around and she was like,
now, what kind of party is this?
She goes, who are these girls? Yaz was like, these are women who want an opportunity. Okay. They don't have nothing. I'm giving them something. She said, Molly. You said, you see Molly, the girl over there with the big forehead? Her?
That's nasty.
She was in the Norton house closing curtains and shit.
Nasty work.
That's what she was finna do.
Work.
And look where I got her. She ain't never been to Paris.
Oh my God. Do you know I did not recognize her until just now?
What?
That's a curtain bit. That's a curtain chick.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you.
I took her to Paris. All right. I took her to the top of the mountain. And then Harper was like, this looks fucked up, dog. And Yaz says, this is the world and how it's supposed to be. And I said, okay. And then I was like, okay, she might be going for a speech.
We have lost the plot.
And Yaz had to get this off her chest because she had a lot to say.
Please hear me when I say this. It comes from a place of love.
It did.
That is not your voice coming out of your mouth.
And I know your voice.
And I know your voice. I'm going to show you something. It's going to fundamentally change your opinion on someone, okay?
Bruh. Hold on, pause before you go here. You have not seen you didn't watch Agatha All Along, did you?
Yeah, of course I did. It was excellent.
Okay. So that's the tone in which I texted you when I said it was Yasmin all along. This reveal is in sick work.
No, it wasn't Yasmin all along. That's what you took from this?
No.
It wasn't Yasmin all along. Yasmin hired Whitney's girls, and then the little girl gave it to her. She it wasn't.
Okay. You're right. You're right.
She's insidious. That's what you wanted to say?
No, I just thought that like she had set Eric up, but now I understand why she believed what she believed. But either way, I felt that Yasmin, I mean, okay, don't get me wrong. Like, no. Actually, I'm standing on it. I'm putting down putting my toes back down. Yasmin knew, and I think Yasmin sent her after him to blackmail him. This is my theory, because she was already cooking, right? Because like you don't become GM overnight, right? That's something that's been cooking and stirring in here. And so she's been seeing women who are weak for a while and trying to, like, there's a reason why she started so early with Haley Draper. And so my point is that my theory that I concocted in my head so quickly was that she set him up because she wanted to take down Stern Tao because she knew they were going after her firm and she was looking for different options to do it. Now, obviously this could have been the Russians, this could have been Whitney, but like we have this weird thing where Whitney is like, we have this weird thing where Whitney is admitted to some stuff, but not all of it. So all I'm saying is that, yes, do we know it's Whitney, but am I going to transfer it over to Yaz now to make sense to my brain? Yes. So anyway, the thing that what I'm trying to get to though, here's the problem I'm trying to get to. Yaz goes, that is a 15-year-old child. So Yaz either believes.
Hold on. Let me play the port first. And then you
okay,
comment.
Gotcha.
Let me play the part.
What am I looking at? That's Eric. guy that you'd like to believe is just a guy. That's him having sex with someone he needs to be underage. That's his ass. Oh my God. Why do you have that? That's the girl in the video. She's underage? Girls lie about their age, Harper, and men like it. He
Girl,
thought
what the-
he was
oh,
having
pause.
sex with a 15-year-old
What?
girl. Okay, he's sick. What the fuck is she doing here? Well,
Pause. Exactly. This is why Yasmin is complicit no matter what. Because why is she there? Why is she right there?
Somebody got to take over the business.
No. This means that either Yasmin believes that he took advantage of this girl the same age as his daughter and then said, well, at least I can profit from it this time and put her under contract.
Yes.
Or she knows she's not the right age. I mean, she knows she's of age, at least 18, which is disgusting, but at least the age you can, who knows? In Paris, maybe the age is 14. I don't freaking know. But she knows she's not the right age. And then she knows she is of age. She knows it's a trick. And she wants to use that to get into Harper's head. I think it actually is the first one, which is more upsetting, that she would put a 15-year-old to work because she justifies it afterwards. So what I'm saying is that like she is as sick as Whitney for this.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no one's denying that. We just said she didn't set up Eric. She's just getting the information after the fact. But now,
right? But her leaning into it is so ridiculous. Because what do you mean? Because you're using her for the same reason. So clearly, you know, whoever sent her in is the same way you're sending her. So I guess what she's saying is, if Eric was honey trappable, then he's deserves it. But I think that honey trap and age trapping is crazy. And like we said, we are only on this podcast, only on Eric's side, because conceivably he met a woman at a hotel bar where he expected her to at least be over 18 because the hotel's responsibility is to card people sitting at the bar. I would certainly not assume that a sex worker who approached me was under 18, but also the question is, the thing I wanted to say is, this is why we should legalize sex work. Because if it was regulated and people were protected, these things would not happen. Because one thing I do know is people are not going to stop paying for sex. That's just not going to happen. It's been happening since the Ooga Boogers said they could trade fur for vagina. It's been like this since the beginning of time. Let's just call it what it is and legalize it.
Yeah, Leah said Eric didn't
Save the
know.
girls.
That's why he was so shocked with the blackmail. Yeah, and Yaz was not going to have access to a Russian passport. But now she the kingpin. Whitney's
you're right. I don't care.
Whitney's up out the country, and she had that conversation with Haley where she was like, I'm going to do anything you need me to do. And Haley got all the girls at her agency that she know about, and she was like, we about to run this shit. And Yaz was like, this is my way, because not to get too far ahead because I had the rest of the scene, but the entire 4 seasons of this show was Yaz, who felt powerless her whole life because of her daddy and how fucked up that shit was, has been using sex to gain power, whether it's through Rob or anyone else in her job or what have you. And now she feels like she's at the apex. And now she can use other people's sex and their proclivities to prop herself up, and she feels she's apex Yasmin Maxwell. That's who she is. Yasmin Maxwell.
Let me tell you who she actually thinks she is. I'm gonna put it on the mic. And I'm gonna hope this sounds okay. You tell me if you can hear this, because I know you don't know who this is.
No, that don't sound great at all. I don't even.
Yeah, it's real bad because it's coming off of a TV. Anyway, Yasmin said, I am the head BICTH, and in that order. She's Mama D from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Is.
You know that she was a female pimp.
Yeah. That's Scrappy's mama.
Oh, good for you, little Scrappy, because there's another Scrappy that's not little.
Who, Scooby-Doo's
Yeah,
little buddy?
so Yasmin, no, like on Love and Hip Hop, they later had a dude named just Scrappy. Not to confuse anyone, right? Yeah. Mama D is the BICTH, and so is Yasmin. Sorry about that audio being so terrible. I really wanted
I
it
always
to
surprise
do a
you.
little better.
I'll be surprising you with what I know. You see that? Just like with Drag Race a couple of weeks ago. You ain't know I knew about those things. That is terrible. That's way too loud.
Sounded better to me.
You blow up people's ears out.
Sorry, God. Oh, it's my fault. Oh, now Brandon cares about the sound quality. I'm just kidding. Sorry, guys. I'll turn it off.
What is she doing here? Well, that's her choice. What are you talking about? Okay, he's sick. What the fuck is she doing here? Well, that's her choice. What are you talking about? How old is she? I lost my virginity when I was 14, okay? I became a woman as soon as I wanted someone. Besides, the world is not
What the fuck? What's happening? Secondly, I'm just really proud of Harper because she did not get distracted. She did not say, oh, Eric, oh, this is she said, wait a second. Let's just deal with what's happening in the room right now. Why is she here and what are you talking about? I'm so proud of her.
I am proud of Harper. Don't get me wrong, I've been saying it all episode. But not really for this part. This is such a low bar to cover. If you can't say anything to this, then I mean, I think Logan Roy would have been like, this is fucked up. And he's one of the worst people on TV.
No, I think you're assuming, no, you're doing something crazy right now, which is assuming he wouldn't have been into it. As we know, the rich and powerful people a lot of times do be into it. So I would not use Logan Roy. I might use Roman Roy because Roman Roy is probably the most likely to be like, guys, what the fuck? Why are their kids here?
And Roman was terrible.
What the fuck are we doing, guys? There's kids here. That was a pretty decent Roman Roy for a black woman to do. Yes or no?
It was. I mean, you sounded like a white
guys,
man. So
what the fuck? There's kids. Yes or no?
You sound like a generic white man. You don't sound like a Culkin. You sound like a generic white man.
Last finale, the boat victim lady that she hired said some of the girls were 13 and 14. The bar isn't help for Harper. I really hope we know her dad did that. We know the bar isn't help.
I give Harper for credit for everything else this episode, but this was like you got to be really terrible to be like, oh, okay, I get you.
You're thinking about.
Oh, I get you.
No, you're thinking about the wrong way. I'm thinking about like homegirls. They just reconnected. You might want to ease your feedback in, right? You might.
What are you talking about? If my homeboy came to me talking this shit, I'd slap the shit out of him.
Allow me. He didn't come to her. If your homeboy came out of nowhere talking to you, that's not it. You just made up with your friend. Y'all just said we got each other's back. Pussy power. Then you're at her house. You're in Paris at her house for an event. And you're sitting there, you're like, hey, I'm concerned about you. Sometimes you just stay in that mode of like, I'm concerned about you. I don't want to be judgmental. I don't want whatever. And then sometimes because people have fawn, freeze, fight response. So I'm just saying I'm proud of her that she did not fawn and say, okay, we'll talk about this later. Because, hey, some of us really over support our girlfriends. Some of us are really, really supportive to our girlfriends.
You act like Yas told her that she cheated on her husband or something like that. Or I had a one night stand. That's not what she's saying. Well, she's saying, don't judge me because I cheated on my husband. Give me I'm not going to judge you on that because we're trying to get back. That's not what she said. She said,
okay.
I am pimping out 15-year-olds. Yes, the bare minimum response is, the fuck is wrong? The bare minimum is what the fuck's wrong with you.
I think, I'm less, I know I just said that, but I'm less impressed by that. I'm more just saying that this could have been Harper being like, oh my God, send me that video. I can't believe it. Like, she's been curious this whole time. What did Eric do? And instead of her taking too long to get sidetracked on this is what Eric did, she said, let me address you first and I'll deal with him later. And I'm just saying that is great. She addressed it right there in the room.
The Rick James smack down on the table. Like on the third scene.
She should have said, fuck your couch. Not JD Vance style.
No, worse than that. Style. On the third one, he said, what did Five Fingers say to his face? And he grabbed his hair and smashed it into the table. And his hair bounced up and he's going like that.
Yeah, that would have went well for the one black person in that vicinity of Paris at that time of night. Sure.
That's what she should have done.
soon as I wanted someone. Besides, the world is not exploitation or opportunity. It's both, and that's the world.
Both and. I've never heard that turn of phrase before. Both and.
Well, there's and, or, either or, neither nor, both and.
Both ends are a legitimate phrase.
No, I don't think it's legitimate. They mean the same thing, but that's her doing her twisted logic. Leah says, can we please discuss what was the reason Harper was even invited?
Hold on, wait for that. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. I was going to ask you that exact question, so thank you, Leah, but I wanted to ask her after the clip was over. But yeah, I wanted to ask you. So now I was going to go off on that in, I don't know how much longer this clip is.
Harper. Both and. That's
Both
maturity.
Made something up. Make it up a catchphrase.
Sarah seen this video? Why do you have this fucking video of him? She recorded it for
Great question. What I'm saying is that sometimes when somebody catches their man cheating, they get distracted. They don't ask the right questions. They find that they're shocked. Harper said, hold on, I'm getting all this data before I leave here.
I got you. I agree with that. I'm sorry. You're right.
Why do you have this fucking video of him? She recorded it for her own safety, okay? That is what your North Star is capable of. That's not just a man, Harper. That is a beast. Both and.
What would be safer for her is not to
What
be
does
sex
both
trafficked,
and? Is he a man? Is she saying he's a man and a beast?
That's
not just a man. That's a beast. Both and.
She's saying I'm justifying that I can be me and still be this monster. She's saying like people are she's basically saying all the above, or like two things can exist, or porque no los dos. Like she's basically giving like, hey, he's a bad guy, but he's also your mentor.
I think
I'm a bad girl, but I'm also your homegirl.
I think she's doing the thing where it's like it's empowerment because I'm a woman, letting her do that. Like she's doing the things like it's not Whitney or these guys telling them what to do anymore. I'm empowering them to take control of their shit. Is what she's doing.
I'm gonna get the right tampon, so it's better for me to sex traffic than anyone else. And I'm like, I think there's a conversation to be had about that in a post-patriarchal society that we are not there for yet. And so there's just always inherently going to be some type of exploitation in the system we're in. So I do not agree, but I do think that, hey, I'm sure that women manage and own strip clubs do really well, and that women have better work satisfaction working there.
Also, and I'm glad Harper focused on the little girl, because there's a clear difference between that little girl doing this and Molly
and the
doing
grown
this.
Women. Yeah.
Yeah. Because Molly was working for a lord, right? Like she was working for a lord. She had a job. She made a choice to go do this with Harper. She had a job. She had a career. She was probably getting paid relatively decently working for a lord. She didn't have to go do this. She made a choice. It's still trafficking, right? Don't get me wrong. It's still trafficking. But there's difference between that and a 15-year-old that you are sending out and pretending like it was her. She even said it like a couple 30 seconds ago. She says, "What are you doing with her here?" She says, "That was her choice." And Harper looked at her like, "What are you talking about? Her choice? She's 15."
Is that what this is about? Are you gonna record all of these men? Why? Why? To what end?
I love the singing in the background. The singing in the background is so proper to this completely improper scene. This completely improper scene had the most proper music in the background. It's so fucking funny.
Please, you do not have to do this. We can just go. We can go for a walk. Or forget this fucking video. Forget it. Let's just go.
Trying to get her out.
Air or something. You need anything. Something. I don't know why you're laying here, but Come on, take my hand. Let's go.
So she takes Harper's hand, but she doesn't go. She says, "I'm sorry. The world is showing you what it is. So you metabolize hard feelings and you become someone. I finally feel important. I feel necessary. And Harper gets up and leaves, and then she tries to get the little girl to go with her. And the little girl was like, excuse me? She was like, come on, you don't belong here. And the little girl was like, get the fuck off of me. And then Haley was like, you need to leave, bitch. And then Harper was like, I tried. I did my part.
You gonna let her talk to me? Harper's like, you gonna let her talk to me like that? And Yasmin goes, if you're gonna act like that, yeah.
And Harper walks out. She's like, I did my part. And then when she left,
So I did my best.
Haley was like, who can't have a good time in Paris? What a party pooper. That part made me laugh, I'm not gonna lie.
Whenever people with money get uncomfortable when they go and they uncomfortable laugh, that always like makes me so, it's so satisfying seeing them be like, if we just giggle, then we didn't just sex traffic this child.
So back to Leah's question. Chanel, why do you think Yasmin brought Harper there?
Oh, I genuinely don't know, but I think that Autumn Luck had a great answer, which was that she knows Harper is way smarter and more successful at this point. She wanted to put her in a situation where she felt weak.
I don't think that's it. I think that's a good theory. I think that...
Oh, the 15-year-old might be the girl's cousin, now that I think about it.
That's what she said.
She might be cousin. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
I think Yasmin. Yeah, I mean, Yasmin said why, and I believed her. She said when Harper was talking about the people there and the crazy ideas, she said, Harper, you're apolitical. What are you talking about? Like, she really believed, I think she believed that
Harper would get.
Yeah, that Harper would just be like, this is my chance to get my next inside information, inside trading, whatever the fuck. Find this thing out. Like, she probably thought that Harper don't give a fuck being around all these terrible people and all this terribleness if she can get something out of it.
In a weird way, Harper has been like bypassing her blackness and just focusing on her competencies and not talking about the cultural thing to a point where she's like, I would think that would bounce off you. I wouldn't even think you would register for you. Because she did definitely not have to sit her next to the Germans though.
No, none of that.
She didn't have to sit her next to them. Like, she definitely knew that they was like shaking hands. They was playing hacky sack with Hitler. So that's crazy. Egregious says that it was to impress her, and then I think Autumn's catching up and said I gave Yasmin too much. Okay, hey,
yeah, that to impress her too. So, but like we've been saying all episode, it hasn't been the same Harper. Literally, has not been the same Harper since her mama died. If we're being honest, since her mama died, she has not really done anything. I mean, she snapped on Eric once, but that was grief, which was fine. But since then, she has not done anything terrible.
And she's been showing the signs. Well, she did offer fraud as a solution for their money problems. But that was right after her mama died. It was grief. Right. But she was showing signs of, we had this debate on the show when Whitney told her about the funeral business, the austere funeral business, and she was like, I'm not going to go home with you tonight. People thought she was turned on, and I was like, I don't think she's into him. And we confirmed that later. So she was starting to grow a spine a little bit, Yeah.
I mean, we did start the season with her fucking Whitney to try to gain information about his company.
Do you think so? Or do you think I think it was both and. That was both
and.
That's both and. She was doing that, but she also she was also attracted to him because he's like who wouldn't, I guess if Zuckerberg was cooler, let me think. If Zuckerberg looked like a Hemsworth. Yeah. If Zuckerberg looked like Michael Cera, yeah, you know what I mean? And then she, Autumn says, Whitney stole playbook. Hopefully she's gonna leave out the Russian element of it. And then Leah says, Yasmin still lost. No husband, no politics, no job, no political job, no name, no God. She don't believe in nothing. I mean, I think Yasmin explains herself at the end here anyway. So we can move on and come back around to her.
So then Kwabena is back home, comes back in the room, and Harper is just like devastated. She's just like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? And Kwabena's like, because, him and Harper been, and Kwabena's like, just telling you, I kissed a girl and I liked it.
And I liked it. Shut up.
That's what he said. And
okay.
She said, he's like, nothing. You don't have no response. And then she reverted for a second, and she went back to like this, like suppressing her feelings. And she was like, why would I give a fuck about the person I'm just fucking? Who gives a fuck? I don't care. And then Kwabena was like, I don't think that's true. She was like, but it's weird. She's like, sometimes I think you're a fucking NPC. Like, Sweet Pea told me she told you about what happened, and I expected you to come yell at me and be upset or something, and you didn't, or at least just bring it up to me or ask me about it. You just didn't say what, nothing. And then that's when Harper was like, I ain't tell you, but while you was in Africa, my mama died. And Kwabena was like, I wish you'd have told me. Like, that's something I would have liked to know.
He said, oh, my bad. Okay. I was saying you're lifeless and joyless, but because you just lost your mom. Okay, got it. So then he pulls back. He goes into listening mode, which is great, because some people would have said, oh, it's your fault you didn't tell me or whatever the hell. So Leah thinks that they have no chemistry, and I think they have no chemistry, but this actually is one of the rare examples. She called him Mr. Premium Calcium. This is one of the rare examples, though, of Kwabena doing what I've been saying Black men should be doing for a long time on this show, which is that I talk about all the time how in these spaces where Black people are in the minority in terms of population, what happens a lot of times is the Black guy chooses to date based on whatever he feels like he sees in front of his on the menu. He does not normally, and historically, and from what the people I've met, and Brandon has had different experiences, he does not normally feel any type of like beholdenness or like need to give the Black woman a chance to be his partner first. Like, he doesn't prioritize that connection at all to be like, okay, if I'm not going to date the only other Black woman in this space, I'm going to at least be her best friend. Like, he just sees it as like, I'm going to go out, he becomes a guy more than a Black guy in some spaces. And this is like formative spaces where we are in the minority. So like, I don't think this obviously applies to HBCUs. This might not apply at like firms where there's a lot of Black folks. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that when it's been you and the other Black person, I've had this experience where instead of the other Black guy being like, hey, I'm gonna look out for you, you look out for me, are we good? I'll get that with Black women in the space, but I won't get that with men. Kwabena has said, hey, I could have went for Sweet Pea. I could have told the truth and went for my Premium Calcium, but I did choose you, and I'm still here with you. And I'm even expressing my feelings to you. So he does choose the one other Black woman in space. Does it hurt that she's in charge and the boss and a badass bitch and is more senior than him and has this money and all this class cachet? Sure, I'm sure that's a plus, but he actually is one of the rare times we've seen this happen. DVD was also why he broke a mold. But I think in a lot of these spaces, the Black men steer clear on purpose or because they're already married to a non-Black woman, or the thing is, when they're married to a Black woman, I think that they tend to become friends with the Black woman at the office to create actual friends. Now, obviously there's more to be said there. My point is that like Black men I know who are happily married to Black women move differently than the Black men I know who are in these spaces and aren't really thinking about prioritizing Black women in any way. And I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt here. He did what I ask people to do when they're in these spaces. Be there for the other Black woman and build a relationship with her, whatever that looks like.
You would go to any length to defend Harper.
I've said that though. That's been my take about a lot of stuff. I've talked about this.
I know.
Being lonely as the only Black woman, and then like the other Black dude is like, yeah, I don't really know you.
I'm not dismissing your take in real life. I'm just talking about the show. In the show.
No, I'm defending Kwabena for once. I'm defending Sam.
But I'm saying you're like he made that choice. I'm like, no, in the show, Harper's the one that seems to have run from some of her Blackness until this season. And this season's been a journey in her Blackness, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I agree. I'm just especially wow, I almost said something really messed up.
She's not wearing them dumbass vests and collar shirts no more. With her fucked up hair.
That's required uniform. Her hair was never fucked. Oh no, when
what are you talking about?
When she had her Cersei cut, her season 3 cut was penance. She was paying a price.
Didn't DVD or somebody say something to her about her hair being fucked up? I could have swore I remember that.
No, she came in after she had done meth that night or something, and she was gray. She was pale as hell. It was that. She looked like she
not
looked
even
and
that.
smelled bad.
You said something about it. I think we recorded the show, and you said, I don't believe this show because no black woman would come in here with her hair looking like that or something like that.
It was a Cersei cut. It was definitely that Cersei cut because it wasn't Nia Long. It was Cersei. And I was like, I believe she would have paid the funds to fly to somewhere that has black people and come back. She would have took herself to Ghana, got her hair braided, and came back before she did that.
That's what I'm saying.
Thank you.
I have not disagreed with anything you said about real life. I'm saying in this show, Harper was being the person you described. That has been Harper for 4 seasons.
I agree, but I'm just taking it out of context right now because my thing though is my point is Harper is now, had this been different, all I'm gonna say is that when Harper did DVD wrong, I obviously stood on that. So it's not about man versus women for me. It's just about like what I've observed in these spaces and how I do think that like if we don't build community for each other, then what the hell are we doing? But I think that some people just don't see that as like a priority, and that is where the disconnect has been in like the 92% versus the 12 black men that voted for Kamala.
12. See, this is what I'm talking about.
Leah says it was big chop mental break moment. And now if she chopped her own hair, 100% understand. I just think that it was like symbolic. I do genuinely think it was a Cersei shame cut. I don't think it was anything else. I think it was she's ashamed of what she did and she's cutting her hair and starting anew. And then her mentor snaked her and fired her, helped her by holding her accountable, but Haley, I hear you. And then DJ Tad's 7 Being says, Brandon, bro, leave the hair alone. Yeah, but Brandon's actually not wrong here. Brandon is referring to something I did go off about, and I'm honored that he remembered. The overgrown braid was hunger and hustle. Let's talk about overgrown braids, girl.
Oh yeah, she had the overgrown braids too. And hold on, by the way, I'm going to say this, and I don't care if I get in trouble for this. Harper, after the first season of this show, once she graduated, was not broke. At no point was she broke. I'm pretty sure she was making 6 figures.
I agree.
At Pier Point from that point. She could have afforded to get her hair done if she wanted to.
I agree. And that's why we talked about it. Brandon's not wrong. If you go back and find the episode, I was like, I don't like her hair. This must be intentional, but they're doing it. But going back to, no shade, but I have a theory on black mixed women and white moms. It's not a theory at this point. It's a proven fact-based rationale. You're not crazy, but
Season 1, Harper
had no money.
Season 1, Harper has a pass. Okay, she got a pass.
Her braids were clean in season 1. No, she showed up to work with new braids.
After graduation,
things we're talking about.
You're not telling me she wasn't making at least $150K.
No, I do want to say this. So here, I'm not even trying to get to the weeds, but here we are. She makes enough money to get it done. Does she have the time though on a Saturday to go to a 7-hour braid appointment to fix resilience? No. And sometimes you have to, as a black woman, unfortunately, make that choice, especially in finance. You don't have Saturdays and Sundays off. You just don't. And then the spectacle they would make if she hired a braider to come to the office would have gotten her fired anyway. So I say all that to say, sometimes your braids do grow out. We've all been there. I think London does have black women who will black American, black African women or from wherever that will braid your hair. So it's not about her not being able to get her resilience touched up. It's about the stress she was under. So you're right.
No stress.
Said she was hungry.
We used to see Harper
when she was on the floor.
We used to see Harper when she was on the floor get coked out and pass out for 12 hours at a night and then get back up the next morning and go to work.
Team building.
Oh, okay.
She was doing it with her coworker.
Okay.
She was doing it with her coworker. She was doing it with the client. But I'm saying like that. But that's the weird thing, though. This stuff will get to your head. You'll be like, that was a use of my time because it's like an improved work activity. But doing some black self-care is like selfish or wrong. Like I'm overgiving to her, but I'm just saying
way overgiving.
That's different than that cut. So I don't care about her braids being grown out because I think that happens. That's realistic. Everyone cannot afford the time more so than money to get their braids done in this role.
You're gonna tell me I had braids for years.
But
you didn't know that, did you?
was
I should show you a picture
Oh yeah,
when I
you
had
look
long
you
hair.
look how you look like Ryan Coogler. And then
No,
the
I used to
Cersei
have.
cut
I used
was
to.
on
So when I
purpose, is
played
my theory.
basketball,
You
right?
had
I
an
used to do
afro
this.
because it was 1979 and it was Remember the Titans.
No, listen. I'm gonna tell you. I used to think I was cool. I'm telling you. I used to think I was cool. On game day, I would wear an afro because I used to love Dr. J. And my dad used to always show me Dr. J videos from the 70s. I was like, Dr. J used to look so cool, running up and down the court and his afro's blowing. Like when he's running down the court, I was like, they used to be so cool. So I would take my braids out when I played basketball, and then I would get my hair done, and when I go back to school, and I would have braids. So braids in school, afro in sports. I thought it was cool.
He wants us to believe he used to get his hair did so bad, y'all. Okay,
I
this
did.
is a cut.
I had braids for
pulling up.
years.
She had the Tyreek Withers. She had the Tyreek Withers in season 3. You're gonna look at that.
Look at that college shirt.
This could have been. She could have been Nia Long of the London Islands, but instead they gave her Tyreek Withers. That's all I'm saying. That's all I said.
That's all I'm
I
saying.
love her. She doesn't even look that bad in hindsight. It's just I thought it was a choice. That's all I'm trying to say. I don't want to upset anyone. Now look, later in the season, did it grow in? Did she do a little side part? You know what I mean? Was it giving a little bit something different? Okay, I'll give her that. But
yeah, that was much better.
When she first came on, I said, "Who the fuck? What happened to her hair?" So anyway, they're right though. It probably was a mental health
with the
cut.
Banana Republic sweater. That's right. That's
yes.
exactly
and it was
right.
It was very symbolic of where she was at. She cut her hair and she grew back, and ever since then, hey, look, think about it like this: with her new growth, she's been a new Harper. Okay, we got to wrap up. Sorry, guys. We just talked about hair for like 35, 40 minutes.
No, that was a good aside.
Yeah, she was so young. She was so young. They've grown a lot on this show.
So then he said, you're the only black person I interact with. And he says, that's supposed to be romantic? Like, the fuck? I see black people every day, dog. You could have been friends. He was like, you could have been friends with Gus, but you let Gus hang out there. You let them treat Gus like shit.
Gus was never going to be her friend for real. She did look like the Black Winona Ryder. You are hilarious. Welcome to the chat. It's just crypto. Yeah, no, he definitely, Gus was never really studying her. First of all, Gus was gay. And gay men are like, hey, I'm going to chase them in. I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to be rich. I don't really need your problems in my situation. 1. 2 is that
I feel like gay black men are friends with black women a lot.
They are, but he also comes from money. So there's nothing they could talk about.
Oh yeah.
He's not from America. He's just living a different life. Like he's having a fun, cool metropolitan life. He's like, you're the struggle. Like he was already post-racial already. He was like, they're not gonna fire me because I'm black.
That's true.
They won't be doing that to me. My daddy's the ambassador, right? So I think there was just like a different thing. And again, like there are cultural differences for how Black Americans even perceive themselves going to work with other people versus like how it's a whole different thing. She's in London. Has it been the US, we would have maybe seen it play out differently. My point is that like, yes, gay people and straight people can be friends. Gay black people and straight women can be friends. It happens all the time. It's a classic thing. I'm just saying that sometimes those friendships break apart when there's other things that they don't have in common. So anyway,
Gus also had the wildest
Gus.
scene in this entire show, by the way.
What, that when he was having sex with the blue-haired boy? Oh, he was blue-haired.
Not when he had sex. I mean, I don't care about gay sex. It was when he said...
I'm glad, because we're about to watch Heated Rivalry.
It was when he said, I want you to come on me so I can wear you to work. You don't remember that? He said, so I can wear you to work. That's what he said.
That didn't register as that crazy to me.
That's what he said. So I can wear you to work. To work.
No comment there. I'm just gonna say, hey, I like his style. Leah says Gus's class is in Ghanaian. Exactly. There's that difference. And then he was disgusted by Harper trying to do illegal stuff. Yes. Okay. We're on the same thing. No comment about Kwame his hair. Hey, if he wants to free lock, cool. Jay-Z's a billionaire and he free locks. I'm gonna let him rock. I'm not even trying to, are you trying to say I should talk bad about? Okay. Sorry. I think that I try not to judge hair. I am simply like, everyone can do what they want to do. I am simply saying that her hair was an intentional reflection of her mental state and psychological state in season 3 because she had just been kicked out of Pierpoint.
Yes.
I am saying they intentionally did not give her we've all seen short black cuts on a Jet magazine cover. I'm just saying she intentionally did not have that because they were showing that she was struggling. I'm sorry, but I will say that when my hair looks crazy, I am struggling. And when my hair looks done, I maybe I'm not struggling in other ways, but I've gone to the hairdresser and I feel good about it. I'm not even talking about natural, straight, perm, short. No, I'm just saying like intention around her hair and so that might not work for her because she might not culturally have that. I'm not even trying to make it that deep. Brandon was just bringing up that I brought that up before, and he's right. I love a zillions. I love a shortcut. I love a natural hair. I love an afro. I love a blowout. I do not care. Like, wear your hair. I'm just saying sometimes even being natural, I have my days where I'm like, oh, my hair is dry and I look unloved. And that's, if I need to unpack that, tell me in the chat. I do miss Gus though. Yeah, give me some hair oil. You're right. Okay. Right. I miss Gus so much. He was great. David Johnson's gone on to do great things. I always think of him as industry first. Maybe I'm not wrong. No judgment calling his hair. Just curious about opinions. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I think he's free locking. I think that men get like, as long as men have a straight lineup, sometimes they're not judged at all. As long as your hairline is not crooked, people assume it's intentional. I really think that's the privilege that they get. Like, all they got to do is do zoop, and then it's like, oh, okay, like he means to have nothing here and everything there, or whatever. Okay, cool. But with women, we have a lot more to think about.
So Harper says she don't know how to be in a relationship. She just want to protect herself. And Kwabena says, not at the price of everything else. Like, what are you doing? So are we to assume that they're going to try to make, to make it work?
We know they're trying. We know they are by the end. He's
how
going
do
to
we
check
know?
with her at the end.
Yeah, they flying back to London. What was he going to do? Stay in Paris?
This is a cut. This is a cut to the future. No, this is a future interview. This wasn't giving back to London. This is giving like future flash forward. They're getting interviewed about.
Oh, I didn't take it as that.
The smile meant something to me. The smile meant something to me. So yes, I felt that was confirmed.
Oh, okay. I didn't. Okay, that's fine. So then, we go cut back to Henry, and my boy copped a plea, and
he has a moment where you think maybe he's gonna do it. He's gonna say it. He's gonna speak truth to power. He's gonna tell about him.
I actually am in support of not speaking truth to power in this situation.
Yeah, because that would have had a red beam. I agree.
Sometimes you gotta look out for yourself, dog. Like everyone's not meant to be that person. Sometimes you gotta be like, this is not my fight. This is not my fight. And this was not his fight. And so we see Henry go back to Norton and cried. He cried in his arms, and he had a powerful cry. It was a deep cry on his knees and everything. I was like, yo, Kit Harington must have been so happy not to have to put on all that fucking armor and walk around the goddamn snow that he was acting his ass off in this show.
I know you're not saying the same joke I've been saying all season. That he's happy to have buttons.
No, not buttons.
How dare you repurpose my joke?
I made it better.
Okay.
You made it a hot line. I made it a hot song. That's how we do. That's how we do the show.
A lot of interesting takes in the comments. So Shantae Yala took it as she ended it. I took it as she's like, look, you might have never met nobody like me. You may have never had a friend like me. I'm not for those games. I'm taking care of myself first and foremost. And so I took it as like now you know, I did open up somewhat. So if you're with it, you're with it. If you're not, you're not. But like, this is where I'm at. And I guess this might be my toxic trait, but the fact that she opened up about her mom would have been enough for me to be like, whatever she said after that, like, we're making progress. So I'd be like, I wouldn't need a decision. Because not only did she say that, she said that prostrate in front of him on her knees, being like, hey, I'm trying to be like, I'm being honest and open with you. So I took that as there's something there that could happen in the future, because she did open up when he asked her to, essentially. It just wasn't perfect. But I do think people could, if you have a different idea, that's totally valid. So also Leah said she's proud of Henry for staying alive. And I definitely agree with that. Like, Henry broke his curse real bad this year. loves Quabbana's arc. He's the only normal person. Said it's just crypto, just contrast. He's good contrast. He's too normal to the point where it's triggering. And then Autumn said, I didn't think he'd make it out of the season alive. I hope to proceed as pals and colleagues. Oh yeah. They're definitely okay. Sorry, I think what I thought of was that they still have a good connection. Like, they're not going to abandon each other. I guess they're going to work together no matter what. So maybe I wasn't thinking through like all the nuances of that scene, because I just thought he was encouraging her and being there for her. And so I don't necessarily think that has to be her husband, but I do not put it past the show for them to evolve both of them into that by next season, and us to just understand that like they grew from there. So if we come back season 5 and Harper is like talks about her feelings and is calling him bae, I'm not going to be shook by that. Now, if they will find somebody for Harper, I like to think so, because her soulmate, her twin flame, is not Yasmin.
So we see Henry fishing on a boat, and then he popping pills.
Best scene.
And Lord Norton looks at him and was like, God damn, I thought he popped pills and took some beer.
He's an Englishman. He's so English. Everyone is British, and he's going to win. Like, that's the song they're playing. They're just like, look, he's a good old boy. These are original good old boys. These are the OG pre-1800 good old boys, and they know how to have a good time, and they're going to forgive and forget. And I think we had this moment where Yasmin, was like being basically like a secretary for the one who does the magazines for a minute. And I think when they came back at that scene, Henry was like, all right, you played me, but I deserved it. Please be my uncle again. You're really my only uncle. And Lord Molson, good or bad, Otto is still my other play uncle. So like, I need y'all. And they bring him right back into the fold, which in a weird way is love, is unconditional family love. The only thing is, the consequence of that is people losing their jobs, racism, like politics being crazy, Russia faking elections. Like, there's a lot of consequences to it. But anyway, we got a good heartwarming fishing scene at the end there.
So then we cut back to Paris, and Molly came in to thank Yaz. She's like, you did a great job. Like, isn't this much better than being in Norton House? Like, don't you feel empowered? Don't you feel great? And Molly was like, yes. I had the most fun I've ever had in my time. Like, thanks, boss. Like, I'll see you in the morning. Haley comes in. She's like, good job, Haley. We shut that shit down last night. Did everything go as planned? She was like, yep. Just check your phone, basically. And she was like, give me a minute to myself. And then Yaz started playing the recordings that they had in the room with all these men. And it was terrible. It was real terrible. And yeah, this was such an interesting scene. Yaz looked mortified by it. And I'm like, you did this shit. What are you mortified about?
No. That's hilarious. See how you be laughing when I begin stuff wrong?
What?
That was her last voicemail from her father.
That was her daddy?
That was her replaying the last voicemail from her father, and in my mind, that's her motivation for, I'm doing this because of sick men like him who deserve it. I think she was sitting back and she was like,
oh, hold on. So Yaz's whole thing now is like, I'm going to take down all these terrible men? That's her motivation?
Because they deserve it. They deserve it. And the women are old enough to get their power back, even though they're 15. If she's able to perform the act.
So she's vigilante.
I think both and.
She's vigilante from Arrow. Okay.
Both and. No, I don't know if she's that vigilante. I think she's more like, it's more giving poison ivy. It's like the means justify her ends, or the ends justify her means. I don't know which one comes first for her. But yes, she is capable of justifying this, because in her mind, any man who can caught up in this mix is a man who deserves to be taken down. That is my interpretation. I'm gonna check the chat to see if y'all think I'm crazy, but that's how I took it. But that's definitely her dad saying,
that's so
come
interesting.
in the boat. Somebody said, okay, Shantae Loud said, I really like that we saw a callback to episode 2 with Henry integrating his addiction into his life like his uncle taught him. I don't get that. Tell me what you mean by that, please.
Yeah, remember earlier in the episode, earlier in the season, he was telling him, like, don't let that shit control you. Type of a thing.
Oh, integrate. Yeah. Like he had a beer. I mean, okay, sorry, but like addiction is a thing, and we do have to be careful, and you can't like play with addiction. But I hear what y'all are saying. addiction does control part of your brain. It is something you have to come to terms with. You don't just go back to drink a little bit if you are alcoholic, but maybe he had other issues. Maybe he was mixing the wrong cocktails with his medication. Egregious Monk says, yeah, this is a recording before the boat ride. George Pellepar says, this is a Charles Hanani mindfulness app. That's diabolical. That actually could be a great episode title.
I like that. So
Charles Hanani mindfulness app. Darkest scene of the show. Her method of doing it is sick. And then prey becomes predator because those are the only two options in her mind. Nailed it. Bullseye.
So she's an anti-hero.
I'm not even trying to label her right now. She's a GM.
She's Scorpion.
She's a lady who will be in a minimum security prison at some point in her life, and she will come out and have tell-all books that she writes.
That's so funny. I'm surprised. I'm surprised Ghislaine Maxwell in real life never tried to use that argument. I'm surprised she never got in front of a mic and was just like, "Oh, I was just doing this to take down all these powerful men who are terrible." Like, we don't
know exactly what she said because of the suppression of the stuff around it. You have to go dig to find out what she's even said.
Yeah, but we know what she said in public because she's done interviews. Like,
but the narrative around that is even still I can't tell you exactly what the Clintons just said about this testimony. I can tell you what people are telling me they said about it, but I couldn't tell you all the statements she's made or what she said in trial. I couldn't tell you. I think there's a narrative they're building around it, and also I got to be honest. I don't want to talk about it no more because I actually am scared because they really do be killing people.
It's fine. Listen, they killing all the people who bring up the Epstein files on the podcast. Ain't gonna be no more podcasts. Unless you're talking about sports.
Project 2026. And Project 2026 is down there in this fine print. No more black podcasters. They're like, hey,
no, I didn't say black podcasts. I said if you taking out people who bring it up on a podcast, it ain't gonna be no more podcasts. Unless you're talking about the World Cup coming up. The World Cup 100. You know the World Cup's in 99 days, you know?
It could be in 99 years, it could be in 99 seconds. That's how much it matters to me.
So see, you're not global like me. You don't care
unless two soccer players come out as gay, I'm not interested.
You're so Americanized. Don't even care about the biggest sport in the world.
No, I'm just sports is sports.
And then
let's wrap this baby up.
Don't rush me.
It's late.
You're the one who wanted to go through every single comment.
And we didn't even go through all the comments. That's the crazy part. We have more comments to go through. So come on, let's wrap this up. Let's do this.
To believe in at Tender, and we proved that. Hope is more profitable than truth.
And that's not changing, ever. So how do you stay sane in a market that brutally punishes truth tellers all the time, in real time?
There will always be stories in the world that people are too afraid to question. But I had a team of people who I cared about, whose opinions I cared about.
Grow.
A few people I talked to made you seem like more of a, how shall I say, singular operative.
People change.
You really believe that?
Aren't you supposed to?
Does being so uniquely right when everyone was so totally wrong feel like vindication? Or does it ultimately make you feel very alone?
Both and.
That's a good place to end.
I hated this scene so much. I hated
She got her Finn Digest moment.
I hated.
She got her moment. She got her inevitability confirmation.
This was
her undeniability confirmation.
This was pure exposition, not needed. I did not need you to wrap up the entire season in an interview. No, this
was poetic.
No, it was nothing poetic about this.
The poeticness was she turned away from Yasmin. She rebuked her friend. She said this is wrong, but she said, but I still love her, and I understand that she's going through this because of what she's been through. And I think that there's something I can take away from this that lets her know I still love her, and if she wants to come back and be a human being again, I'm here for her. I think that was for Yasmin.
No,
that's all.
That was for the audience watching the show to say, hey guys, in case you weren't smart enough to get what we were trying to tell you all season, here's a 55-second synopsis of the entire story arc of this season. Here. That's what that was. It was a slap in the face to
I'm not gonna argue.
film cinema lovers like myself. Okay?
All right. Well,
cinephiles,
slap, and here we are. We're at the end of the season.
Cinephiles like myself.
I need to really quickly acknowledge, because I caught this when we started, that we had people who were watching the last episode. By the way, we're at 472 subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet and you're here with us 2 hours later, please subscribe. Please press like. Make sure you tell people about the show. That's the only way we can grow. Okay, so Human Help and Autumn Luck, I already said that they commented. Samasa Boku said, great commentary, Chanel. You definitely have your black card, because no, this did not look like the Glory Hole style type of club from before, but I can see how people unfamiliar with white club scenes would say that. Another comment from before the episode was, if things play out like with the German company Wirecard, we have seen the last of Whitney. Also, Kit Harington is Jon Snow no more. Have to admit, I was skeptical when he was first cast. I'm really enjoying his performances though. Thank you guys again for your recaps. And then something else we talked about last time, corporate and finance spaces love to act like women inside it's optional. They value your output more than your humanity. #exploitation. And then finally, Roy Cohen is a lawyer in the Apprentice film. He's not just some lawyer. Look him up. He's a bad guy, I'm pretty sure. I just can't remember his name. Thank you. So Bill and Mesfin, open-minded, Kimberly Kabir, and Samasa Boku. When you guys follow up later and watch in the chat, even if you're not here live, leaving the comments matters to us. Thank you guys so much. We always try to like and reply when we can. We love you guys so much for doing that. And then somebody else said, you need to, bad start. They said, you need to educate yourself on some shit. Basically, we need to educate ourselves on vernacular, because how I said that bird is not an insult to women.
No, it's the opposite.
I have to do 2 things.
They said that you said bird was an insult to women, and that it's not. It's just a term over there.
That's what I was trying to say if I said it wrong, but first of all, there's 2 things I need to do. And what are those things? Can you guess? 3 things.
Are you asking me, or are you asking the person who said that?
Yeah, I'm asking you. Do you?
I thought that was a rhetorical question.
No, I'm asking you. Can you guess any of the 3 things that I actually need to do? 3 things that I will agree, I will concede I need to do in my life. 3 things.
Watch heated rivalries.
I already did that, but good. That's a great one. That's what you need to do. You know, two out of them you've said before probably in your life. There's only 2 things every black person needs to do.
Yeah, but you're not allowed to say that, because I still got your black card.
No, so I got my black card back a couple times in the last couple episodes.
You can't use that.
All right.
You can't use that turn of phrase.
1 is wrap up this episode, 2 is stay black, and 3 is die. And that's about all. That's the only things I need to do. Thank you. Just Crypto says that journalist was the one that Diker was mentioning would get the jump on Diker on this story. So that's very funny. They brought that full circle. So he did end up getting the big scoop on Tinder, which is like RIP Jim Diker. And then
Chanel wants to wrap up the episode. Just went on a 12-minute rant on. And
then Human Help says,
comments.
I think we all know that Harper is probably MAGA, or at least happy with Trump being president. Remember that. That's a whole debate topic, because I don't know if I agree with that. I think it's very apolitical. I think I
think Harper is completely apolitical.
And I think Harper would put on a pink pussy hat. I don't see Harper not caring about that. But I, again, over-identify with her. And then DJ Tad 7 Being says, it was also similar replay of the ending of Mad Men, I was told. Like her hat reaching Nirvana. Baby, I don't think we reached the end of this show. I don't think there's any Harper going. If Harper goes to a wellness retreat, ooh, spoiler. My bad, y'all. If you haven't seen the show we just referenced, that's a bad thing for you because I just spoiled it. If we see Harper do any type of wellness, yoga, mindfulness at the end of season 5, I'm gonna ride up to HBO. It's gonna be a problem. We don't want that ending.
Okay. Because you just went on the rant. I'm trying to help you. We got to do the superlatives for the end of the season so we can get out of here.
I was hoping we would skip. Okay, let's do it.
You're the one who wanted to read every single comment.
Because I didn't want I don't want people to comment and then think we don't see them. And also, this is the last episode of Industry, so I felt it was important. Let's rock.
Stop letting the messy hoes mess with your business.
Lady Mucky. She was mucky. She was messy. She's turned into a pimp. Your turn.
She's not the messiest. You want to know who the messiest is? Yasmin's auntie.
Ew, I forgot about her. She's definitely messy. Honorable mention. She's the messy.
That's the messiest woman. That's the messiest person this season. Yasmin's auntie.
Oh, I forgot. We forgot that's the same season. She was getting passed around. Everyone was passing themselves around. And I'm like, how do y'all even know them to be passing around still to this year in their 60s?
Yeah, she was with Otto. And Otto said, your brother did it better than you.
God bless. Okay, keep going.
You got knocked the fuck out, man.
Did anyone catch a fade this season?
Tender. Jim Diker and Tender. Oh, Rishi. Jim Diker, Rishi, and Tender.
Rishi caught a fade. Rishi.
He gave himself a fade, though. That's the thing. He didn't have to jump off that balcony. That was very dumb.
That's true. And then
I've been dealing drugs ever since I was 12 years old. See, I didn't have the chances that you have, Miss Hawkins.
We had the best speech soliloquy.
I know who you're gonna say. I knocked on the fucking door, bitch. I said, knock, knock. That's yours.
No, what's yours?
Nothing really stood out to me. Oh, duh! When Harper got up and said her Tinder is a witch, let's burn it. When she got up at that conference.
Mine is not Sweet Pea. So you think you know me? That ain't what mine is. The best speech or soliloquy this season was by me. Tailored ass suits, time for boots. When I hit this shorts, my pockets wanna bust loose. Doing lines in the bathroom, my budget on fire. Everybody cool till that bonus hit that fucking wife. All day Harper will do it. She fucks over her homies, got a sign on her pussy to say bags at his own. That's the best speech of the year. I did that. I
agree. Shout out to you.
I did that.
Best feature, best original art, best new artist as well.
That's right.
You and Bad Bunny.
That's right.
Let's do it, guys. We just gave you guys a sneak preview of next year's Super Bowl performance. So Henry's speech on the plane was also up there. Thank you guys so much for being here with us this season. If you're watching this after the fact, comment and let us know who you think won the superlatives.
For the podcast, we're gonna go back to We Was Watching. We only changed for Industry because that's our shit. So we're going back to the podcast, going back to We Was Watching. Chanel and I need to talk about the first 4 episodes of Paradise. So I think we should just do a half season review, which is the first 4 episodes.
Yeah, we have to.
And then,
let me tell you something. I completely forgot about Paradise and finished Heated Rivalry on the plane back.
So we got to talk about Paradise.
I forgot Paradise exists.
Chanel, you know we have so this is what I want to say before we go. We gotta finish. We told everybody we were gonna do Paradise, so we gotta do Paradise.
We will.
I've been doing Monarch Legacy of Monsters on the video
shout out
feed.
To Brandon. Shout out to the ball niggas.
You guys can check that out on the video feed. But what we have coming up, Chanel, is I don't think you want to do this, but we have Daredevil season 2 coming up. That's today. That's tonight, actually. I got something to do tonight.
Unfortunately.
We got Daredevil. We have Invincible on the 18th of March.
Oh, I'm so ready for that.
Invincible season 4.
Stevie Yeun is going to fill the gap that Hudson Williams has left for an Asian man that I want to pine after. So I'm excited.
We have Imperfect Woman from Apple TV. I think you wanted to talk about that with Kerry
it's
Washington.
interesting. We'll see.
We have For All Mankind. I'll be talking about that. And then after that, we got The Boys on April 8th, the final season of The Boys.
Listen, guys, we are not going to be able to do 4 shows in 1 month. I'm going to let y'all know, motherfuckers know that right now. But we
I don't want to do all
best
those shows. I'm just telling you what we got
cool.
coming up. I think, though, I'm going to do For All Mankind because Chanel's not going to watch that. Chanel and I have agreed to do Paradise, so we will do Paradise.
Yep.
And then I think we're definitely going to do The Boys, though, because it's the last season. We got to.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I can't. There's no way I'm not going to watch it, but we're going to do that. We're going to finish up.
That's not until April.
We're going to finish. We need, if Brandon ever finishes You, we'd like to close that out. I don't know if we will ever, but if you're there for that journey. And then Heated Rivalry is just something that I believe Brandon has committed to. Brandon, I need we talk offline about the date for that because we're going to do a special episode of Heated Rivalry. I cannot wait. Now that I've watched it, it's big time Yearning, guys. Yearning is back. And also when we do our episode, I am going to have to send you ahead of time the links to some of the interviews because the funnier thing is how these actors have been acting wild and funny post show and how they talk about the show. That's what makes it even better. It's like they're like untrained. They're not like giving media answers, giving real answers, and it makes the show even better.
So yeah, hopefully we'll be back sometime soon in the next few days. If Chanel can get caught up on Paradise, and we'll just do an overview of we're not gonna do 4 episodes. We're gonna do it in episode about the first 4 episodes so we can get caught up.
Okay, and wrapping this up, guys, make sure you help us get to 500 subscribers and into 1,000. Let's monetize this and grow it so that we can potentially give you guys more episodes in a week. But for the foreseeable future, we're going to be 1 show at a time or blocks of shows at a time. So that's just what we can do until you guys, explode us and make us a national treasure. So thank you guys so much for being here. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Brandon, do you have any last words? Wonderful. Okay, guys, thank you so much for being with us for We Was Banking, the podcast where we recap industry and talk about the politics and the blackness and all the other stuff in between. I'm your host, Chanel Creating, and Brandon is your other host. You can find our social media following for our show and for ourselves in the show notes. Please go back and feel free to comment and let us know what you're thinking when you go back and watch this in 2037, whenever you're finding this and on a space shuttle somewhere. Really proud of Harper, really great, excited for next season, and really glad to finish telling this story. If you have any predictions about what season 5 will bring, let us know as well. I think that's really it. So leave us a 5-star review, email us, all the stuff we say every time. Until next time, short the VIX, buy the dip, F Bitcoin. See you guys next time.
Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's